brand new banger.
It's Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
No, man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
You're Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
You know how I know they're married? Because they got the same father. Oh shit, we live. I'll call you back.
Cut it.
Yo, all right, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday night at his Knucklehead Comics, and I want to start off with I get a text early this morning from my man Cabs, and he goes, I'm gonna read the text. He goes, "Dear toe tags, please allow me the time in the beginning of the show to address these fucks about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and why they're all wrong." So Cabs, now is your time.
All right. All I'm gonna say is that if you the one, you can't be two.
Facts. Fucking facts. Enough said.
I'm all your fathers.
Enough fucking said. That's the end of the show. Come in next week. Holla at us. We out.
Just did black screen for like 5 minutes. Be like, damn. So they really left, huh?
I promise. I didn't send this guy a text today. I had no idea that was gonna happen at all.
I woke up this morning.
I feel like I responded correctly.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. I'm in the shower, and that's all I thought about. It was just, how can I put Cavs on the spot? Boom.
That's what I'm here for. Because you do it with a Star Wars question.
yeah.
It's always gonna be Star Wars. It's like
Yes.
this is what we throw. What's going on, Mr. Loki? We see Mr. Loki in the
Oh,
chat.
man.
Oh shit, man. That's
Mr. Loki in chat. Yes.
Oh shit, that was wild.
Yeah, man. That's the way to start the motherfucking show.
That was
facts.
good, man. That was good. That was good. That was
But
good.
how y'all feeling today? Was a good day.
Today was a good day.
Yeah.
Obviously I jumped into the pre-stream with some good 80s funk vibes going on. So it's contagious then. Like you had a good day too, Ray?
I had a good day.
I had a good day, bro. Like I just feel nice.
Yo,
Yeah.
it was the most random day because I was like, I went out, did some shopping, go to have a burger,
Sweet.
run into fucking Vladimir Kozlov. I was like,
Oh shit.
Professional wrestler. Yeah.
I was like,
I know who that is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
It was a good day.
Hey, he fought John Wick in part 1.
Yeah.
Might have actually been part 2.
Cool. That's very cool.
It was in one of the John Wicks.
During the club scene, right?
No, he was when John was like in the mechanic shop. I think it was in part 2 when he went to go get the bad guy, the other Russian guy.
Yeah.
He was in the garage.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, it was
It was a good
it,
day.
was- it was a
There's a pic right
Nice.
there. There you go. Trying to have not the glare. There you go. So it was a good
there
day.
you go, yeah. It was a nice day for me. I got my lightsaber.
Hey.
You muted, Kaz, but finally. And then, I found that you could buy like a whole little cage for it and all that shit. So
Sweet.
yeah, so I might, because I couldn't get the blue one. I got all black one, but I found a blue cage. So let's see what this does.
Gotta do it blue.
Yeah,
I like the idea of blue.
Word.
It's funny because I got on the stream and pre-stream, and I told these guys, I have a question today.
Damn, son.
Yo, bro, I don't show up. It's funny. Y'all remember when Ty was on my side?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the one he picks on now.
You know what it is?
It's just on Tuesdays.
That white woman told him you was his daddy. And he's like, see, I knew that's why he's not coming back.
It makes sense. He's so dark. It makes sense. He's kind of dark. Ty, you can call me dad. It's funny because pre-stream, I tell the guys like I have a question today, and without even knowing and what Ray's saying and the vibes and all of that, it's kind of like a good question, right? So it all just fits today. That's awesome.
Nice.
The synergy is real.
Word. And also, speaking of good days and original fathers, Lay, congratulations.
Hell yeah! Yes. Bro dropped twins.
Word.
Crazy. And they're both healthy.
Yep.
Which is the important part.
Exactly. Yep.
Both healthy. Yeah, both healthy.
Shit, with twins more than ever. May the force be with him.
For real.
Shit.
May your wallet be with you. All his kids is October babies. Because they celebrating the first one's little, like, I think the 31st. I think the 30th is the birthday. I'm not sure.
We ain't ever seen Lay back on the podcast.
Yeah, because I remember
we're not seeing that.
Yeah, the first one's baby shower was a Halloween costume.
It's Halloween theme, yeah, bro. Yeah. All his kids is October, old spooky ass lad.
Yeah. He ain't fucking around. He's like, nah. Fuck this. I'm gonna work hard for 1 month.
Yo, this is birthdays. This is Christmas. This is Thanksgiving. It's everything.
Word.
Yeah, Spanish people don't do separate gifts.
That's right. President's Day, all the days.
See, that's the thing about being Latino. If you were born past October, you're not getting birthday, December, Christmas gifts. You're not doing that. It's all rolled into one.
Word.
Especially if you want that one like crazy expensive gift.
It's rolled into one.
That's just one gift.
Like January babies ain't safe either.
Nah, that's it. Like you ain't getting something for Three Kings Day.
There's Three Kings Day. So
no,
I'm saying.
No, but like you still,
either.
it's mixed in. You're done.
Yeah, it's funny how Latinos adopt to the American way because we open gifts and everything whenever we got gifts because shit was a little rough back then. But we did it on Christmas, and Three Kings Day was just like an acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Three Kings was like, we acknowledge Three Kings, but we open gifts in December.
Not
Mad
not for us.
American. Now we was Mad American with that part. We
No,
open
we-
gifts December.
No, we got gifts on Three Kings Day. We used to get grass and put it in the shoebox, put it under the bed.
Yeah,
put
yeah,
candles
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, I didn't do the rest of that. I just got a gift.
Now you see,
We did.
and they say we're not real Puerto Ricans.
Nah,
Yeah,
you-
I was given. No, we would open the gifts on the 24th that night, and then for Noche Buena, and then boom, you would get a gift on Three Kings Day.
Three Kings, and we kind of started skipping that later on. We was just like, we did Christmas. Y'all lucky y'all got this.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all want another one? No.
Shit.
No.
But you know what
Like I
I'm gonna
said,
tell
I'll
my
get
kids
8
for Three
gifts.
Kings Day?
8 gifts.
Like, yo, you can't get enough for Three Kings Day because Martin Luther King Day is right around the corner. That motherfucker ended slavery.
Yo, shout out to January. A lot of kings.
Yeah,
Shout out to January. We got the Three Kings. We got Martin Luther the King.
yeah.
January is a month of kings for sure. Respect that.
Yeah.
Word.
I just tell my kids for Three Kings Day, you get a choice: frankincense or myrrh. We ran out of gold.
Yo, I'll tell you this: like, ain't there wasn't too many Latino parents doing Christmas and then Three Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separate gifts, like 2 weeks apart, is wild.
Well, that's the thing. You buy.
Technically 9 days because it's 25th to 6.
Yeah.
You know what you do? Here's what you do. For anybody who's playing the home game, like I like to say, if you want to celebrate Christmas and Three Kings and you're worried about all the gifts, you buy all the Christmas gifts, you hold 1 or 2 for Three Kings Day.
Yo,
You don't give
facts.
them all.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. You just put some away until then.
And you see how Ray took his camera off when we talking about gifts because he got 12 kids that he needs to give gifts to this year. We found out.
Shit, pricey.
Word.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the name of the episode. What is Ray into?
Word.
That is so not. It shouldn't have been the title because Jesus, that's gonna lead to so many other questions.
Hey,
Yo,
man,
I
this
cannot
Is
wait.
that why there's 12 days of Christmas?
I cannot. Damn, so we got mad kids on this podcast.
Word.
Let's just drop a double. Crazy.
Word.
We got mad kids on this podcast. Goddamn.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
But question of the day.
Yes.
So, all right. So, I don't even really have the answer for this because it's a good one, but it's a tough one, at least for me. So, oftentimes we're asking stuff here like, we're talking about self, right? Oneself, like, what would you like to fix? Would you like to work on? What do you do when you're this? What do you do when you're that? I have a question for all of y'all. And although y'all monitors your screens are off, I hope y'all can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What do you like about yourself? What's a good thing about yourself? See, we keeping the good vibes going. What's a good thing about yourself? Like, what do you like about yourself? What's the one thing that you're like, you know what? We don't need to work on that. Yeah, I told y'all.
That's hard.
It is. It's a hard question.
Shit.
It's a hard question.
You know what's sad? It shouldn't be because it's such a positive conversation.
Exactly.
But
it shouldn't be this difficult. I still don't have an answer.
Yeah, the crazy shit is
I got one. Give me a sec.
I reflect so much on myself. One of the things that I actually do like about myself.
Go for
I'll give
it,
you a
please.
few. I'll give you a few.
Let us know.
One, I'm too hard-headed to quit something. So it's gonna get done no matter what.
It's gonna get done.
Yeah. Two.
Hey, Mr. Loki, that's really nice, man. That's really good.
Hey,
That's really good.
there you go.
Yeah. Two, my confidence.
Yes.
And
You are 6'5".
yes. And three, it's I've learned that no matter how hard shit is,
It's not
you
a
can get through
skill,
that shit.
Taekwon.
That is a skill.
It's not a skill.
Hold on, but here's the thing though. Taquan, that is a skill because he eats men and women's ass.
Okay.
You see how he didn't specify which ass he's eating.
An ass.
He's just eating ass. Somebody bends over in front of him. He's munching on that shit.
You thought I was feeling you?
That's why he was mad at you. You left. He couldn't see his potential meal.
You had another one, I think.
Yeah, just being, just like being willing to stand there when the shit gets tough and be like, yo, fuck it, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was thinking of something similar that like no matter how, and this isn't a joke or anything. This isn't like a slight or anything to anybody, but like I just feel like when shit gets rough, I might get a little silent. I might get a little like caged up, but I do have this thing about me where it's like I know sooner or later it's gonna get good. I understand that.
Yeah.
That bro, like you can't just be in hell, in ass forever. You gotta get out of there sooner or later. So like I feel like even at the roughest, like I'm still like, I can still just pop on a movie, pop on a video game, and just understand that sooner or later we're gonna get out of this. Maybe you call that like adapting or what, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I think
Perseverance.
I'm just good at that, man. And obviously, immigrant parents. Yo, son, I was just talking about this show with my brother the other day. Like, yo, when my parents got here, it was 35 with 3 kids and no opportunities, no jobs. Like, well, they had jobs, but like, there wasn't. It was we wasn't in office buildings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? And they made it happen. I'm 35 with 1 kid, and I feel like I have a pretty good job, and I'll still be freaking out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like parents, our folks just did that shit. Like we don't talk about that enough. Our folks just, I don't know about y'all's, but like, there's a lot of immigrant parents that just show up to America, 30 plus years old, 2+ kids, and they just make it fucking work. They just give us crazy opportunities to like be where we're at now.
Yep.
That's insane. So like, I feel like because of that, I just kind of learned that, bruh, as dark as it gets, sooner or later, it's gonna be all right. You know what, Ty? That's kind of funny. I didn't even
Shut up. Yeah, I feel like Taquan lives in the fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house. Stop fucking around.
That's really fun. Nah, man, he showed us his house the other day.
Nah, that was a dorm. He goes to college.
He in a dorm. He in a dorm.
You got a Pikachu plush doll. You
not
got
for
money.
nothing, Ty. That was mad funny. He's stop flossing. You got 2 parents that love each other.
No, but that's the thing though. The struggle over there is a lot worse than the struggle here. So
so they come ready.
Yeah.
Like this is like they come from the mother country and it's easier here.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we are, and me, I'm 38 with a kid. There was 30, but like 31, 32 almost with 3 in a whole new country.
Yep.
Not that much support, just leaving everything they knew to come here and do that. Like, damn, yo, shout out to the immigrant parents that be pulling that shit off.
Let's not forget, they're doing it with no backup. Like, there's no backup plan.
Giving their kids opportunities, putting their kids in a good situation to succeed with school and sports. That's fucking great. Like, think about that shit. That's nuts. I am here in America, been here for a while. I got a kid, I'm 38, and I'm still just like, what the fuck am I doing? And they just did that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't notice because I was so young, but I could tell you this, I'd be freaking out with 3 kids right now. I'd be freaking. That's insane. I'd be freaking out. Like,
that's the thing. They probably were at the time. They probably like what the, because again they got no backup plan.
And I mean like
works.
Freaking out in a new country with
No,
3
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you've been here, you know what it is, and you're established. But to just like show up to a brand new country, that's crazy. So I feel like because of them, I've been able to just kind of like just move on, bro.
Word.
Like, it's just like it can't always be bad.
No.
Yeah.
And as positive as we're trying to keep this conversation, that may sound a little like neg, but it's just nah, bro. Like I know sooner or later it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
No, but even that is it's a positive connotation of it, because at least you're seeing you still have a reason to keep going. Like there is gonna be that light at the end of this.
I definitely look at the future for a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like
it's those 4 magical words. This too shall pass.
Yeah. I was thinking it's gonna be okay, but either way,
Same shit.
I think I got
different
like
language.
6. There might be
Yeah.
like 6 in there, but
Yeah, bro. It's like being on the fucking George Washington Bridge with GPS. That shit starts fricasseeing the minute you touch that bridge. Let me go, take this exit, take that exit, jump in the fucking water, go this way, take a helicopter.
you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, and then it just shuts down like, fuck you, you do it. Like, all right, and then you get to the exit, turn left. Ah, fuck. And then you get past that, smooth sailing.
And I don't want anybody to think that I don't freak out and I don't spaz and I don't like get in my head and shit, but like sooner or later, man, it gotta get better. Like that's just it's funny. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, and when you think about dice roll, you can't just keep rolling ones, man. You can't just keep rolling that ones. That's not probability doesn't work like that. How many nat ones you've had in a sesh?
Me?
In one session, how many nat ones? Let's say a session of 3 hours, how many nat ones you had?
To be told, the most I've had nat ones was like 5.
It can't always be nat 20s, but it can't always be nat ones either.
Right.
Like I live on them 10s. I live on them 10s.
Unless, and you guys can look it up, unless you're Will Wheaton.
I heard about the Will Wheaton thing.
That motherfucker has the knack of, yo, this is the most important role. Don't fuck it up. And he fucks it up.
Well,
every time.
And that's part of it though, right? Where it's like at the peak where shit couldn't go any more wrong. That's when you roll the nat 1. My nat 20s live low. Like my nat 20s, like whenever everything is good, that's when I might get a nat 20 here or there. But when everything is bad, it's just so it's exactly my point. It can't stay bad forever.
Yo, that's why to that point, that's why I don't like the fact where like everybody gets a trophy shit.
Yeah.
Because to that point where your nat 20s come in at a time when you didn't need it.
Yeah.
I like for people to be proud that you won, but know when a real victory is versus a victory.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Wow. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. So I feel like I have, regardless of how bad shit is, there's like cool shit to look forward to. And this might sound bad, but like my hobby is video games on top of everything. So like as bad as shit is now, I know in 6 months there's gonna be some release that's gonna, it's gonna knock me out the slump, Chad Ocho Cinco has a viral clip on Instagram. He was doing like a podcast, and he was like, "What did I have for my down? Like when I was down, gaming. Gaming ain't gonna leave you on red. Gaming ain't gonna leave you. Gaming's just gonna be there." Yep. And the fact that no matter how bad shit gets, I could play is great. The only time I really can't play is when my fantasy football team and my parlays ain't doing good. That's the only thing that kind of like overtakes. But like, yeah, bro, long-winded for sure. But that's one of the things I like about myself. No matter what, I'm looking ahead to when times will be okay, because I know they will be okay, and they're always gonna be okay. And if anyone here can get a message, anyone out there watching, chat, whatever, if anyone can get a message out of what I'm saying, is that sooner or later, man, it's gonna be all right. You can't just lose forever. That probability don't work like that.
I mean,
the dice don't work like that.
Yeah. The only way you lose forever is if you quit.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. No matter what, I'm going to just keep going because I know soon. Keep rolling them dice. Now, granted, don't keep rolling them dice and bet in the house. Roll free dice. This isn't gambling talk here. I'm not saying keep gambling until you hit. That doesn't work.
If you have a gambling problem, watch White Man Can't Jump.
Yes. Because that shit'll... Yes. You can't...
Yeah.
But life itself, sooner or later, you're going to get something coming your way. All right, I went on too long. Go ahead, Cap. You have yours.
Ray, you got yours, or you want me to?
No, you can go. It's all good.
All right, well, mine isn't as deep as the last two, because I'll leave the deepness to them fellas, to the smarter ones. But my 2 is related to this. Because what's the 2 things that any Green Lantern needs?
Open willpower.
Because willpower controls this, and imagination. And my willpower is fucking strong,
Yes.
and my imagination's even stronger. And
The DM speaks.
I'm talking to the point where, specifically for my willpower, this is where I'm proud of it. And get at me at the chat. I don't give a shit. Hit me up on Instagram, which I don't have. I don't give a shit. You know what? After I say this, you guys can make up an Instagram for me and then just yell at the fake one you made up. But
I will make up a fucking app, body DM. Like, I got you. I will make one.
But in my life, I had the willpower, and I've had turned down guaranteed opportunities, specifically with women.
Yep.
Opportunities that I'm not so sure the 3 of y'all would have passed up on.
Yeah.
But I knew
It was for the best.
It wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
And instead of giving in, easy as shit for me.
It's good. I wish I had willpower. I wish I got willpower for certain things, and then it'd just be 1 a.m. and I order Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? Taco Bell got a crazy deal on Uber Eats right now. You order $15, you get 5 off. I'm getting hella food for $13.
You can ask Toe how addicted to sugar.
You're doing great with the sugar though, for
now
sure.
It's a year and almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, the amount of times my boy's like, yo, you want some of these cookies? Or at the job, people are like, hey, here's some, you want some cake or you want some this? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Toad's loving it because he don't have to label his shit no more in the fridge.
He don't need
It's surprising. I'm not that much of a sweet, like, I don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
I do.
You mentioned that.
But it's not something where it's like, yo, I just came home with 40 cakes of, brownies and shit. Every once in a while, I'll make brownies like from the box or some shit just because why not? But, I'm not one of those. Every time we order a pizza, we gotta get a chocolate fudge cake. It comes with the package.
I'm more interested in the pizza.
You do want a cake every time we get KFC.
Yo, but that one, that's few and far between when we get KFC. And 2, you ever had those chocolate cakes?
They're delicious.
Yeah, man.
I like the ones that
No. Why did you show that?
One don't. Ty, come on, Ty. Even for you. There's no women, no kids. Women, sure. No kids.
There's got to be a button for us to push.
A tie button?
Or we could just be like, no, just don't put Toad. No, don't.
Nah, Mr. Loki, no. But here, maybe. Depends. Depends.
I was gonna say, I don't know if Toad gonna mess with that kind of brownie, but pass them our way. We might enjoy it.
We'll see.
What are we talking about? Thick booty bitches?
Yeah, sure, Toad. Sure. That's what Mr. Loki.
That's what it is.
Oh, THC. Yeah. I thought that was thick. I thought that was like short for thick.
You're thinking of the wrong cake.
They're like thick style booty. And like, yeah, I'll fuck with that. Nah, yo,
thick style THC, thick style booty.
Well, look, because it says thick style brownies. There's thick style brownies, and I'm thinking brownies is booty. You know what I'm saying?
Great. What are you?
Well, yo, listen. I don't have the willpower not to drink or do drugs.
Booties.
Yeah, I don't have the willpower not to drink or do drugs, but I do have an uncle and a mother that I still think is gonna come out the grave and kill me if I do it. So that's why I never did it.
Facts. I hear that.
So
I hear that.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Son.
And I think it'd be dangerous if I was intoxicated.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably
just-
better that he.
But I mean, the other side, you know, a brownie would mellow you out of anything. I wouldn't want to see you mellow. It's like when you have a rambunctious kid and you put them on Ritalin, and then they're like, and you kind of like, man, I don't want this either. All right, I'd rather you just be hyped.
Yeah.
I'd rather you just be hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want
yeah.
that balance. You want that nice.
I'd rather
balance
just
in
be
the middle
hyped.
instead of.
Live with him.
I mean, that's
your
what I was gonna
entire
say.
life.
Literally, I
Let
was
him
gonna say
know.
I don't live with you though, so Cap is over here like maybe a little bit of Ritalin wouldn't hurt.
I would not mind. I would not mind a few days of comatose.
Yeah.
Listen, if I ever take off, I'm gonna be comatose.
I
No.
was literally gonna say I don't live with him, so yeah, it's fun. That's hilarious. No,
No, yeah, no.
Coca-Cola.
no.
Yeah, we can give him
Coca-Cola.
that kind of Coke.
We can
Just
give him
not-
Coca-Cola,
We're not giving him booger sugar.
which
But,
at one point had that kind of Coke anyway. So,
Yeah.
touche.
but Ray, go. What
Yeah.
do you like about yourself? What's the one thing?
It's similar to Toes. It's my commitment to whatever I put myself into.
Nice, that's
Like
good.
it's to me, it's my bitter. Like it's a double-edged sword when it comes to things.
Because you don't know when to stop.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my issue. Like
Yeah.
if I'm committed to
Fuck it.
something, I'm fucking in here. Like
Yeah.
with the podcast, a lot of times I've legit been here with Toes sometimes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but I'm committed to fucking finishing the podcast.
Word.
So it's like my commitment.
Toe sleep talks.
I
I don't even
can't-
know when he be up sometimes.
Because the crazy shit is motherfuckers don't realize I may be like this, but I hear
But
everything you
Ed
fucking
breathes,
saying.
I promise you everything. He
Yeah.
knows exactly what's going on.
Yesterday I was out a few times and I'm responding to motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
damn,
man,
yesterday
that's
we
just
didn't notice. Yesterday I did not notice at all.
Toe has written answers inside of his eyelids. That's what he's looking at.
It's just
He's
the
got-
generic
Universal.
five. The generic 5 answers he's just gonna give. Like, yep, it's Show's fault. Yep,
Word.
Larry,
Fuck John
it's
Cena.
Show's fault.
Fuck John Cena.
Somehow it's always Show's fault anyway. So it's just
Yeah,
like
word.
It works to just say that too.
It's funny to think that some of the things you say the most is it's Show's fault and fuck John Cena.
Yep,
Word.
it's a legit
You
beef.
say that a lot on podcasts. You really do.
Not even just in podcasts, just in life.
Yeah.
It's Show's fault. Just
Yo, so, people need to fucking know this. They think that I'm fucking around, but it's the fucking truth. Why you think I'm trying to get Ray put through a table so damn much? He starts
what
following.
I do?
You see?
What did I do?
You know what you did,
It was a
motherfucker.
good day.
Shit, we trying to answer Cav's questions over here.
I answered.
We
already
answered.
on
We're
way.
good now. We're good.
Shit.
We back on Thai time. We back on
Another
demon time.
another thing I like about myself is that it's Show's fault. No matter what happened, no matter wherever you be, it's Show's fault.
I think Show might also like that about himself, that he knows this is fault. I think he also might. Yeah, it's
Word.
just me.
That's how he knows that. You know what? He's still in the conversation because it's,
Yeah.
Word.
it's his fault.
Niagara fell. It's Show's fault.
Nope. So that's
Got it.
how that's how the falls are created. Because
Yeah.
The one thing is not his fault is your package is getting home. That's where he shines.
I don't know because told him to get in this shit.
I don't know. Today the motherfucker decided to come up late.
Yeah, both said that shit at the same time.
I
So
don't
that's
know.
a clip right there. He said,
As the
I
clip
don't
of the
know.
week. As the clip of the week. I don't know though, because like that's how you know we've been doing this too damn long now. Because it's like
Facts, for
Damn.
sure.
I was about to
For
timestamp that.
sure.
Word.
That was fucking funny. Wow. That was very funny.
Oh shit. That was
These
great.
guys are texting each other.
No, I'm writing the timestamp for the clip of the week.
Good one.
Again, we didn't plan this, y'all. This is just
Should just be
Word.
happening. We're
Yo.
supposed to be talking about Loki.
Word.
No,
But what
facts.
y'all think about that? Like the little compilation of all the shows.
That
That's
was
good.
more of that, please.
All right.
Yeah, that shit is good.
Less of that, fam.
No. More cap on there.
Yeah,
Because he can't see it anyways.
I don't see shit.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't
I
see
don't
sh-
say shit that's worthy of clips.
That is untrue.
no. We
Word.
needed that. That needs to
is
be its own clip.
untrue.
It's
That's a
just Toe
clip.
and Cap fucking arguing. That's the saga of fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Toe been doing that. Which
You want to go back and watch old family photos or videos?
Shit.
damn, y'all guys had camcorders? Them shits was expensive. We ain't have video. We had no video. We have photos. We didn't have video.
We had two things, right? We had an uncle who worked for Lockheed Martin.
Laurel.
No, Laurel, which I think is now either 3M or Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
Which was a military thing during the 90s and the Gulf War, the first Gulf War.
The Gulf. All right.
So his overtime check was
nice
money. Plus, we had a mom who would literally just show up and be like, "Hey, look what fell off the back of a truck."
Yeah. I had that kind of dad, but camcorders, like that was difficult to come across.
Yeah.
Camcorders was even off the truck. Camcorders was expensive, especially these motherfuckers. The one that you just kind of like held like this, cool. But these motherfuckers, them shits was expensive.
Yeah. Yo, I ever tell you the story about my watch?
No, please.
Shit, I was going to high school and my mom comes home and goes, "Here, I got this watch for you." No, this shit is nice. She tells us the story of how she got the watch. She's going to get a haircut with the South Bronx, her cousin's house. She cuts her hair. And these two dudes about to fight. And my man takes off his watch and gives it to my mom and says, "Here, hold that." She goes, "All right." She takes the watch and keeps walking to my cousin's fucking house, gets a haircut, comes home and says, "Here, this guy gave you a watch." He's like, he said, "Hold it." He never said, "Stay there and give it back to me."
Yeah. I hope he didn't lose the fight, because then he lost the fight and the watch. I really hope he made it out on top that day. Jeez. Jesus.
Hopefully he won the fight, turned around and said, "Fuck, I lost my watch," and took that guy's watch.
Yeah, something. Because that sounds rough. So my dad was, he used to like fix electronics and shit like that. So my dad knew some shit that fell off a truck. My brother knew a guy. My brother used to hang out in Queens a lot. He knew a guy who was like the master of shit falling off the truck. So this guy had it all. And when the PlayStations were $299 plus tax, man's had them off the back of the truck for $175. Bruh, in 1996, that's huge. That's $125 difference.
Word.
So I was able to get a PlayStation. Like, I wouldn't have been able to get it otherwise, because no one was hawking them and selling them for the cheap, or
nobody knew.
No one knew exactly. We didn't know what to do with this gray machine. We just knew that you could play games on it, and the shit is $300. So to be able to get one off the truck for $175, original box, this was some Fast and the Furious shit. Like, these motherfuckers pulled up on cars and took down the truck, because that shit was like unheard of. And yeah, man, I remember I wanted to, like, I was able to get a video game with it, because if it was $300, we was playing whatever game with it. Like, you ain't getting the game for a while, but it was $175, so we was able to use a little sum and get a game. I wish the games fell off the truck. Nah, those did not. Those was regular price.
There used to be a spot where we used to live, where the game came out on Tuesday. Show up the Thursday before. Here you go. Just don't play just don't go online.
Yeah. Oh man, those mom and pop shops were the real heroes.
Yep.
Because GameStop couldn't do that. Even if you begged, you could have told GameStop, "Yo, I'll give you $500 for this game right now." They couldn't do it.
Do you remember that the X-Men, the Wolverine movie video game?
X-Men Wolverine Origins.
Yeah. One of the best fucking games ever
that shit is top tier. With the creators of Spider-Man are making a Wolverine game. Watch out for that. It's gonna be that.
I hope. But I went to GameStop to buy that game when it came out. I didn't pre-order. I just went in and bought it. And the only copy they had was a pre-order that they were holding for someone. And the guy behind the counter was like, "That's the only one we got." So I'm just about to walk away. His boss comes out and sees me leaving, like, "Sir, what were you looking for?" I was like, "Oh, the Wolverine game." You guys don't have it. That's cool. And she looked. It's like, we got one right here.
Damn, gave
And
the
the dude was like,
pre-order.
we're holding it for pre-order. And she looked at him and was like, how long has this been sitting here?
Yeah.
The guy was like 3 days.
Oh no,
She
get out
turned
of
around
here.
and was like, sell it to this man. He ain't coming in.
Yeah, fuck that. Yo, I thought they was gonna give you the pre-order under 24 hours type shit. That would have pissed me off.
Yeah, if it was like the same day, like
you know what's crazy? I had pre-ordered a game, and this was 2017, and shit got real bad for me. And I remember, I think I asked my mom to buy me the game. Like, Mom, I don't ask you for money anymore, but I'm kind of hurting right now. Buy me this game. It was Destiny 2. And I had put the $5 to pre-order, and I never, they called me like 2 years later. I promise you, 2 years later. Maybe they didn't have my number correct, or I don't know what happened. They called me 2 years later, and they're like, yo, this is the GameStop down here on 8th Street. Yeah, it was on 8th Street yeah, that makes sense. That was the T-Mobile where I was at, where shit got really bad in 2017. They're like, yo, we just got like $5 here from you from like a pre-order that you made a while ago. And I'm like, man, you guys didn't really do a really good job calling. And I was like, nah. They're like, nah, man, we tried, bro. This is like the first time we get a hold of you. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I was like, so they go, you still got the $5 here. You just come buy something or put it on a new pre-order, whatever. And I was like, yo, what was the game? They were like, Destiny 2. I was like, wow. And yeah, they called 2 years later. I went in there and just like bought some whatever, like little like used game for like $20 just to claim the 5. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy.
The only thing GameStop ever told me was, yo, this brand new version of NBA 2K, we'll give you $5 for it.
75 cents.
We'll give you $5 for it.
They're really bad at that.
Yo, bro, I gave him 2 Xboxes and like 18 games because I remember when the fucking Xbox One came out.
You got $37.
Yeah, they were like, "Yo, we could give you the new Xbox for like $450."
It's really bad.
It's $480. But that gave me the fucking Xbox and let me get my shit. Let me keep my shit.
Like I've literally gotten a game from GameStop, full price, $59.99 plus tax. Opened it, played it one time. I was like, nope. Took it back, selling it, and they're giving me $30. Like, I'll take the half, but same day, you can't throw a 45. Wrap this shit up in some weird ass plastic and sell it again. But literally, no, the whole. I actually saw a documentary on like video game, the ESRBR type shit, like the people who do like the ratings, the pricing, and how the value works. And because the thing is, you have to kind of monetize that stuff. Because back in the day, the days of the Nintendo, Sega's, Ataris, yo, they would buy these games from Nintendo and shit like that at whole price, maybe like $20, maybe $30 a pop, and they sell them shits for $89 and $100. So they had to do something about that. And you could create a video game, mass produce that shit, and just sell it as well. You need no license, no nothing. You could have just. The Nintendo era was wild like that. So they kind of had to monetize somehow, but like, damn.
Yeah, but that's how we had the most fucking games. It's crazy because I remember like the N64, it was like every week there was a new game coming out.
Yeah.
And it was always something. And now the Xbox Series X, I think there's still only the same 6 games it came released with.
Games are a lot more difficult to program now, so they take a while, and people make big games and shit like that. And you know what it is too, like there was a lot of surprises that we used to run into, because unless you had like a Game Pro magazine or an EGM or something like that, you didn't really know what was out there. So you could go to a store and see a game that you didn't see last week.
Exactly.
And you're like, what the fuck is that?
No, it really used to be like that, because you would be like, "Oh, all right, cool." Like,
we didn't have magazines.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's all you could have had, a magazine that'll tell you that, like a Game Pro. Do you think about that shit, bro? Like, we used to see a magazine, a piece of paper, still images and screenshots, and make our decision based off that. That's fucking nuts.
Yep.
You could watch a trailer. You could watch someone streaming the game. You could watch your boy from your house. He could share play it for you, and you can watch it and make like gaming is out of control now.
Yeah.
Look, like Todd, gaming is too big. It's $1 billion industry. It's absurd.
And also, like, yo, remember the N64? It was like the MLB game was too expensive, but you get this one right here that was like 3D baseball. Same shit, $30. Like, you know what? Let me get this one because all I want to do is play with Ken Griffey.
I just want to hit a butt. I just want to hit a bat.
Yeah.
Like, son, yes. I remember what was it? God damn it. 180 snowboarding.
Yes.
On the N64. Yo, bro, 1080. Yeah. People will sell. I've seen that shit for $100. I used to see that shit for $120. Meanwhile, you could get some snowboard kids shit. Yeah. This one you could pay $50 for that one. Yeah, son, they used to do that shit all the time. Like I seen gold Zelda case. Zelda 2 gold case. $125. Like, son, you could have literally done anything you wanted with video games. It's crazy. Mr. Loki, games, I don't think that games are rushed now. I think that there's a high demand on the type of video games. You need video games that are going to stick around now. You need video games that are going to give you trophies. You need video games that will give you long-lasting play lifetime. And because of that, we have a lot of developers that are into crunch and trying to make games all willy-nilly, and some games come out incomplete or whatever. But back in the day, you know, you could beat a Mega Man game in 10 hours if you was really about that life. You could beat Mario in 5 hours if you was about that life. The problem is you wasn't paying the 60.
Yeah.
You older, you got a job, you tired. That $70 hit hard now.
Yeah.
And back in the day, games would come out broken all the time, but there was no fixing them. There was no updates back then. Game came out broken, it was broken.
Yeah.
The Bart Simpson game for Nintendo, the second level in the skateboard when you're trying to get through this shit's broken. Broken as fuck. You have to like look up crazy ways to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we had no patches. There's nothing like that
no
now.
Patches,
like,
there was no nothing.
Now there's everything.
Yeah.
That's like, and no, what Daquan just said, that shit
Bart's Nightmare, that's the one, Ty. That shit was broken in the second level.
Yeah.
Broken.
But nah, Daquan's right with about getting a game in a different platform. I remember it was like that with the TNA game. The first TNA game they put out, you would get the PS2 version, it's one story. You get it for the 3, that's it.
Yeah.
You're playing a whole new story. It's like, wait.
Yeah.
The same game. What the hell happened?
The Aladdin game. The Aladdin for Super Nintendo, the Aladdin for Sega Genesis was two totally different fucking games.
And the graphics were different.
Yeah, two totally different games. Two totally different type of gameplays where the Super Nintendo focused on more of his like athleticism and like swinging on shit, which was revolutionary at the time. To be able to grab something and swing on it is insane. Yep. Meanwhile, Spider-Man 2 just dropped, where you're zipping around New York. And the Aladdin for the Sega Genesis was more of an emphasis on like the slashing, more a bit of a platformer. It's crazy.
Yo, you want to hear something crazy?
Please.
I remember playing the wrestling video games.
Yes.
And being super impressed when I ran to the ropes and the other rope shook.
Yeah. It's bro. Mind-boggling to me was being able to like jump out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then like jumping out of the ring was incredible. And then when you had like other games like progressing more where it's like we could walk in the outer ring now.
Yeah.
We could like walk, we could like, yo, you got 20 seconds to get back in there, but you could walk around. And it's like you stay there 20 seconds, it's a DQ.
Yep.
That's crazy. And then they
walk up the ramp.
They upgraded that, and then it's like, oh, now you have weapons around here. And now you could take someone's head and bash it against the railing.
Yep.
Like that little detail was so absurd at the time. And then you have whole type of I think it was SmackDown where you could grab a person, throw them to backstage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now we're just battling backstage. Yo, the progression of the wrestling game is incredible. One of my favorite wrestling games. It's an unlicensed wrestling game that no one. Yo, Ty, don't even say that word. Don't even say Shenmue, bro. I'm gonna talk to you about Shenmue. Shenmue is one of my. Oh man, this guy really did that. One of the craziest wrestling games. It's an unlicensed wrestling game for the PlayStation 1. It's called Power Moves Pro Wrestling, and you could get on the turnbuckle and do your taunt. So like you're in the turnbuckle, you're doing your taunt, and back in the day, if you were getting on the turnbuckle, you were jumping onto a guest or do like a move onto another. That's a guest into another fighter in the ring. Power Move Pro Wrestling let you do it outside the ring. Yo, there was a dude named Area 51. And he would scream out he would go, Area 51. Yo, that game was some luchador, like high flying shit. Bruh, that game is incredible. That is such a good game.
Yo, this shit reminds me of WCW versus the World.
This is PS1.
Wow.
Look, you just outside, and then like you could slam people onto that railing right there. Bruh, this game was
for
crazy.
a PS1 game. That's wild.
I mean, look at how boxy it is. It's super fucking.
But at the time, we would have been like, yo, the graphics was crazy.
Mom, look at this. It looks real.
Yo, didn't we say that with every game growing up? It was like, yo,
Power Move Pro Wrestling is a 10 out of 10.
Yo, bro, WrestleMania 2000. I remember seeing it. And it was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Yeah. And then fucking No Mercy came out. The same exact game. But it's like, yo, they sharpened up the shoulders. They're round now.
But yo, WCW NWO Revenge.
Yes. Oh, man.
That just took shit. I don't think
that one you could make your own player.
Hot take. There has never been a better wrestling game than WCW NWO Revenge. And this isn't some boomer shit. This isn't some... I don't be on that shit. I respect new school. But yo, WCW NWO Revenge was perfection.
Yeah. Because you had basically it was what WCW versus the World. That was the N64. And then it went to Revenge.
It was
World Tour. Then it went to Revenge. Then there was WrestleMania 2000, and then No Mercy. All four of those games are the same exact games, just different players in it.
Just a little bit more polished and a little bit more players.
The best fucking games
but
ever.
But the Revenge was like,
Revenge
was like, we're gonna dump all the NWO shit we can onto a
game. You know what
Yeah.
made Revenge so good for me? They introduced the Royal Rumble. People came out running to the ring. It was like, oh shit, they ran into the ring.
My boy Jose lived 2 blocks away from us, and he had an N64. See, me and my boy Ed, we were PlayStation kids. We did not have an N64. We went PlayStation. He had an N64. We used to go to his house. His mother was super nice, loved us, would cook for us while we were there. Like, son, do you realize that back in Taekwondo, I'm gonna talk to you about Shenmue. You realize that back in the day, we literally just go to our friend's house, play video games, and their moms just make bomb-ass Spanish food for us while we did that. That's crazy. And it was to a point where you couldn't say no to the food.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Facts.
It's not
like
no,
that's disrespectful.
That's disrespect. Like it wasn't that we was being freeloaders. It's that we were like, we were strong-armed into taking the food.
Yeah,
and
you couldn't say no.
You couldn't say no. And looking back in the day, I'm like, damn, I'm a little like full, bro. I ain't trying to eat nothing. But nowadays, yes, ma'am. You need me to eat? I just ate 17 sandwiches, but I'm gonna eat this.
Hell yeah.
Like, and just WCW NWO Revenge with some white rice, beans, and some fucking bite is crazy. That's a crazy vibe.
Yo, you know what we used to do? We used to go out on our front porch in the summer, put the TV and the N64 out there, run Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, WrestleMania 2000. If you lose, get the fuck up. Somebody else take it.
There were plenty of times motherfuckers be walking down the street like, yo, who got next?
Yeah.
And we be like, you got next.
Yeah. I never got to do something like that. That sounds so cool. That's like That's essentially LAN parties before there were LAN
Yeah,
parties.
yeah,
That's what you was doing. Like you was just doing couch co-op, but outside.
yeah. Because it was basically like, yo, our mom was like, yo, not today. Y'all can't have them in the house today. All right, we took your shit outside. We took it outside. They wasn't in the house, but we was all chilling.
Look at Taekwon flaunting his white privilege. Look at this. Multiple consoles.
Damn.
Flaunting,
motherfucker.
No.
flaunting that
Yeah.
white
You had to
privilege.
know, like, yo.
Yeah, he probably connected the consoles together and got 8 players.
He had all the he had the multi taps. We
Yeah.
have no multi taps, bro. You know how
Word.
difficult it was, bro. Was it easy to just find a multi tap, especially for a decent price?
Yeah.
Because you know, Circuit City and all the motherfuckers would be like, you can play with 4 players. This is $100. My mom was like, I'm getting you 2 controllers, and you're making do with that. But Shenmue, so Shenmue is one of those games that kind of like changed who I am. So if you don't know about Shenmue's for the Dreamcast. It's like an $80 million budget. You are Ryo Hazuki. You're a Japanese kid. You come home to see your dad brutally murdered by Lan Di, some kind of like Chinese kind of mafia. They're called the Chiyo Men. So Ryo, and this is the latest Shenmue. This is Shenmue 3. So Ryo, the kid, is like on a hunt for his dad. So it's like a very meticulous game where it's like you're talking to people, you're gathering the clues, and the thing about it is that they build a world that was very reactive, where it's like there was a time. So there was a there was like a day and night cycle. So it turned into nighttime at 7 p.m. You had a clock that would beep at 7 p.m. and then it got dark. So now you had to, whatever you were doing, whether you were at some bar looking for clues or at some airport here, like you had until 10 p.m. 10 p.m. was curfew. So you had to be home by that time. And if you didn't, you would get home late and your grandmother would like kind of scold you. And then she would give you an allowance every morning. Bro, you ended up getting a job where you would have to like wake up in the morning, go to the bus stop, and get on the bus to get to work, bro. You couldn't get there late. It was crazy. Shenmue was like so ahead of his time. Like people, like the NPCs. This is like the first time I ever noticed like NPCs having a life where they would wake up, they would walk out of their apartments, they would go to their stores, they would open their stores, and they'd just be working there until like 4 or 5, 6 p.m. Then they'll close down shop and then they'll walk home. It was bugged out, like to think about that. This the first Shenmue 1 was about 20 hours. In terms of like action fighting, it's maybe like an hour of that. There was one big battle, which was a 70-man battle, and there's like a few fights here and there. And you're just like this 19-year-old kid, Japanese, going up against this like Chinese mafia and just trying to like find your dad, like trying to find out what happened with your dad. So then in the second game, he goes to Hong Kong, he goes to China. And it's like, I know a lot of people be like, oh, it's 2 totally different cultures. Like, speak different, totally different. So now you're like this like fish out of water, and you're like in Hong Kong, and you're still looking for this fucking guy, Lan Di, who just killed your dad. Bro, Shenmue, and then it's funny because Shenmue is set around December. So when I first got the Dreamcast, I got it with Shenmue for Christmas. So I was playing this game during Christmas, and Shenmue is just a freaking vibe. Ty, that's like top 5 games for me right there. Shenmue is up there. Ryo Hazuki is my man, like that whole, and this was the first time ever that a video game did this. They had an arcade in that game. You could walk in and play other games, other Sega games, because it was a Sega title. So you could play Super Hang-On, Super Harrier. You can play Outrun, which is the the game where you're just racing. It's you and some girl in a drop top car, and you just like racing. And you could do that. You could play these games in a game. Like, the thought of that was wild. The thought of that was crazy. Playing a game in a game. That shit is normal now, and we could play games on our phones and all of that shit. But at the time, this was 1999, kid. Yo, the Dreamcast. My favorite console of all time is probably the PlayStation 1, just because of the JRPGs it had. But the Dreamcast is in my fucking heart always. The Dreamcast the world wasn't ready for the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't ready.
Yo,
It was
and-
just ahead of its time.
To be honest with you, the Dreamcast was the best system for sports games.
Yo, the NBA 2K, NFL 2K, virtual tennis, like there was no denying.
Yeah.
EA was shitting bricks
Mhm.
when they saw the Dreamcast do sports.
Yeah.
And you know what, Ty? Yakuza is an evolution of Shenmue. I played Yakuza 0, Yakuza 1, Yakuza 2. I started 3. Yakuza is also very near and dear to my heart. By the way, Yakuza. You guys know that dice game 456 CeeLo?
Yeah.
That's a Chinese dice game.
Really?
Yes. In Yakuza 0, they have a game that's like that, and it's called Si Wu Lu, which is 456 in Chinese.
Oh.
456 is the best hand that you can get in that game.
Okay.
CeeLo is Chinese. What we've been seeing all them hood dudes playing our entire lives is a Chinese game. Like
Wow.
Sega, what Sega has done with Shenmue and Yakuza is top tier. I'm sorry, guys, I turned this into fucking video game talk.
No, dude,
It's
we're
all
here
good.
nerd
We
time,
love it.
man.
It's all good. It's all
I
good.
turned it into video game talk. Let's talk about Loki. Shenmue so good.
This works because remember, this is also part of what is Ray into. And again, like I showed 2 seconds ago,
You've been
So,
playing. What
yeah.
you been playing?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, and still trying to get Mortal Kombat in there because I bought it, played the first week, and then gave up. So I was like, let me try to still play more Mortal Kombat too. Because of
I'm a Street Fighter kid. I did
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 heavy. I dropped out of it, of course, but I actually have my boy Ed. He's been working hard on Street Fighter 6. He's in platinum. He's literally trying to get to master with Ken. Yo, Ty, I respect the PS2. Bro, I'm telling you, Si Wu Lu is a Chinese game. Si Wu Lu means 456. I'm not crazy. You Google that. I looked it up. Tekken 8 looks crazy, Loki. Tekken 8 looks nuts.
Yeah, the trailer for it looks amazing.
It's the first fighting game of like to use Unreal Engine 5. So
it's gonna be
it's
interesting
gonna
to see. Yeah.
You know what? So Ty, SNES. I did a lot of SNES, and then when I got older, I was like 14, 15, I started like pirating SNES through like the emulators and ROMs. So I played a lot of the shit that I wasn't even able to play. Like, yo, I did not play Super Metroid on regular SNES. I played that shit on emulator, and I fucking rocked that game. So I love the SNES. And the PS2, if we're talking objectively, the PS2 is the best console of all time. It's the best selling. It has the biggest library. I love the PS2. But that PS1, those JRPGs for the PS1, Suikoden, obviously Final Fantasy VII, Persona 1. Like, yo, those JRPGs were insane on the PS1.
Dude,
What
for
is the
me-
J for an RPG?
Japanese.
Man,
Okay.
dude, for me, Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast. Those are my two only because. I mean, for multiple reasons, but the main one is when PlayStation first came out, I hated it because we went from you stick a cartridge in, you press start, and you play the game, to now we got 8 hours that I gotta wait for this shit to load so I can play the fucking game. And God forbid
Loading was rough.
Yeah.
Loading was rough.
For somebody who came from, again, old school games, you just put in and play. There was no
Yeah.
loading, it just played. The Dreamcast and the Sega Saturn with the two consoles that got me into, all right, the CD game is where we're going.
Yeah.
Get off the
No.
Nintendo and get into something else. And then I went
Loading
to
was
Xbox.
rough. Loading was rough. But just say that you've always hated PlayStation. Just say that. Just
No,
say it.
PlayStation had its perks because Raw vs. SmackDown was a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
For a while, outside of N64, the only good wrestling game was in PlayStation.
Thunder sucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thunder
WCW
sucked.
games tanked after
Yeah,
they
that was-
lost THQ.
They peaked there, and then it was like we're just going down.
Well, you know why? Because it was so hard to play the game.
SmackDown games was really good though.
Yep.
It was so hard to play the game, and their graphics went backwards.
That's
Like,
what I'm
they
saying.
had
They peaked at Revenge
Yeah.
and all that, and then just
They had the fucking Mortal Kombat graphics, but none of the gameplay.
yeah.
Yo, bro, and Sega sat to be like the Sega consoles, I feel like have always been, you know, I hate to use that word underrated, but definitely underappreciated. Like, yo, like I will always respect Sega for just standing toe to toe with the Nintendo. Like, they're like, bro, Sega, yo, Genesis does what Nintendo don't, is one of the craziest lines you've ever heard in your life. That's a bar right there.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
Yo, and the fucking that big ass shit that was like a VCR that you could travel with, the Sega portable shit.
The Game Gear.
Yeah, yo, that shit was you're playing the game. It wasn't like, oh, this is a mini version of Sonic. No, this is the same Sonic you played on the Sega Genesis.
That shit had color.
Yeah.
Made extremely popular by the movie Surf Ninjas.
Yep. That was in the movie.
If you didn't have a Sega Saturn before Surf
Definitely
Ninjas,
wanted one after.
you wanted one after. That's for damn sure.
Quazoo, dude.
Quanzu, dudes. Yo, bro, no. Sega has always, it sucks because, yo, the Sega Genesis was 16-bit. Like, there is not one Nintendo game that looks better than Streets of Rage. Like, that's not an argument. There's not one Nintendo game that looks better than Streets of Rage. I would be honest, there's maybe not one Nintendo game that looks better than Sonic. Like, Comic Zone? The Comic Zone was looking better than PlayStation games. Like, what the Sega Genesis was doing was crazy, but Sega Genesis had horrible sound.
Yeah.
The sound was not good. And people were just kind of used to their...
You know what I think happened with Sega?
That's Super Nintendo, though, Ty. I'm talking about Sega. I'm talking about Sega Nintendo. Donkey Kong on Super Nintendo, and for sure, no. Yeah. There's a bunch of, like, Final Fight on Super Nintendo looks better than Sega, for sure. I'm talking about Nintendo.
But
Genesis.
Even the TVs, I forgot what they're called, but like they're not like the regular tube TVs, they're like VDR or some shit like that, where
CRT?
It's CRT TVs. You know, they actually did a test. Like, if you run the HD TV in 720p and that CRT TV in 720p, that old TV looks better than the fucking HD one.
Because they were made for that shit.
Yeah.
Because if you put one of them old consoles on HD TV, it's gonna stretch, it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? No, you need to put that shit on a box TV.
Yeah, and it's like
you get the perfect pixel range.
Yeah, and the colors are deeper. The details are actually a little sharper and all that other shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, people don't realize, like, right now we're playing Lords of the Fallen.
Nice.
And I'm like, damn, sometimes this game gets choppy, but I think that's the network, whatever. Then the game stops playing and I'll be in there like, yo, the graphics on this shit are crazy. But mid-game, I can't tell what's what because everything's moving so fast and it's like I'm not even...
Frame rate.
Yeah.
Frame rate. So just put the game on frame rate, on performance mode.
But back in the day, you was playing Mario Brothers. Remember when they made Mario 3D? I remember just running around playing, shooting people like, yo, the graphics on this shit are crazy. Mario Kart, this shit always. That shit's crazy. This game that you spend $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 on, you can't appreciate it until you stop playing it.
Yeah, facts. Because frame rate.
I tried to do with Spider-Man. I had to put performance mode because if not,
one of the things with Lord of the Fallen, even though some of the like the sword still swings slow, whatever, the overall movement is just so fucking fast.
Yeah.
that it's
Because
sometimes
that Lords of the Fallen is more Sekiro than it is, like Elden Ring.
no, it's its own thing.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
Because
you.
I'll tell you right now, you were saying how the game you're talking about changed your life. The only game that I played, I mean, there's games that I played that I absolutely love, but Elden Ring is the life-changing game for me.
Oh, I love that. That shit just happened last year. I love it.
Yeah. 'Cause you know what it's Elden Ring taught me a valuable lesson that I didn't know I needed to learn. And Lords of the Fallen tried to emulate that, but I think they missed the mark a little bit and they went too far back in the Souls-like category. But that's not to say that it's completely bad. The co-op is way better because we could just jump in and play the entire fucking game.
Because fucking Elden Ring, you had to fucking slice, you fucking put your name down, and yeah.
You can only be in there to fight a boss. Once the boss is gone, you can't. So if you beat an area and you kill the boss in there, the main threat,
you just keep riding.
No, well, in Lords of the Fallen, yeah, you just as soon as you bring in the way it works right now, you can never play Lords of the Fallen main story, but if you build a character, you can jump in with me.
Okay,
and go from level 1 to 999 and beat the entire game with me, never touching your shit.
That's cool. I love that.
But yeah, Elden Ring now, if the boss was done and then you try to come back and put down a sigil, it won't let you do it.
What was your favorite boss in Elden Ring?
Oh, my favorite one was what the fuck, Placidus? The dragon is the one where it's the secret area. You had to go back in time.
Yeah.
I wish I would have fucking screen captured it because I went in there and lost, got my ass handed to me, right? And then I'm watching the video. I'm like, yo, how did this? I'm like, yo, how do people beat this guy? And I watched somebody use the fucking lightning storm spell, the red lightning storm that he uses. And I'm like, yo, where the fuck do I get that? So I got it. I leveled up. I went in. Yo, I am not lying. I melted his ass to the point where he didn't even get into phase 2.
Nice.
I drained him dude, it was like 30 seconds. I drained his bar so fast that he fused out for phase 2 and then came back in and died. I was like, yo, this is fucking...
Elden Ring was incredible. One of the ones that... My favorite one was... You can get her as a... What are those fucking things that you could summon? Damn.
The spirit summons?
It feels like it's been so long. Elden Ring was just last year.
The spirit summon.
Tifa, I think it was...
the Black Knife Tish.
Yeah, yo. That was one of the coolest fights ever. She's so dope.
Dude. Me and my boy, we're fighting Melania, right? Or the Blade of Nukkle, and we're fighting her together. And we're sitting there like, yo, we're on the verge of getting her. And my boy's like, yo, I think we got to do it separately because he's not hitting as hard, and I'm nerfed being in his world. So we're not hitting as hard. He's like, yo. He's like, let's get out and let's do this same time, still in, on the chat, but I do it in my world, he does in his. I dropped my fucking mimic and I had the blasphemous blade, and the mimic started doing unintentionally because it doesn't follow what you do, it just does its own thing. But the mimic started doing what I was doing. And we just started blasphemous blade, the Taker's flame. We just both started Taker's flaming her ass the entire fucking thing. She got stunned. She couldn't move. And me and him are both yelling. We're like, yo, I got her. I'm in the second phase. He's like, all right, I'm getting it. I'm in the second phase. And I had just beaten her. I was like, yo, I got her. And then I'm listening to him. I'm like, yo, come on. He's like, I got hit. I'm like, heal. It's fucking amazing.
I had to do that with the fire giant. So my boys all wanted to like help me do the fire giant, and whenever you partied up and went together, like everything just got more difficult because you got extra bodies in there. So we could not get the fire giant like that. So I was like, yo, fellas, do you think I'm gonna just I got it. I beat it on the first try. Now, granted, I had my own mimic, you know, the mimic that is like you. So my mimic play, because your mimic plays just like you. And I was doing a lot of like, the name of my character was literally Lerot James. I was all about rot. I had swords that made you inflict rot. I was spewing rot. My shit was
dragon
rot
head?
everywhere. Yeah, my shit was rot everywhere. So I was doing rot. My mimic was doing rot, and that fire giant didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, bro, I must have spewed so much rot in that game. It was the best.
Dude, I remember playing it the first time and getting to Margit, the first boss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, because I didn't know.
Which was like one of the most difficult bosses. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't know. This was my first ever Souls game, my first ever From Software game.
Oh shit!
I didn't know how it was played. I didn't know why it was played. Like I said, that game taught me a fucking valuable lesson. So I'm getting that, and I'm like, yo, this game is stupid. How the fuck do people play this? This is not fair. I can't do this. I can't do that. This is fucking dumb. And finally, eventually, I beat it, and we're going on. Toe was like, yo, let me jump on this Elden Ring to help you out. And I'm like, yo, you're not gonna fucking like this game, bro. So he jumps on. I was like, here, you know what? To help you out, here's the fucking Rivers of Blood katana. Go, because like I don't use the bleed. Yeah. I was literally the Black Flame.
Great slice.
Or lightning. Those are my two go-tos. So I give it to him. I'm watching him go up against Margit for the first time, and I'm like, yo, good luck. Let's see. I'm waiting for Vin to get mad, throw the controller, and be like, fuck this game. This motherfucker wiped him with the bleed on
that bleed is crazy.
Like,
that bleed is crazy on that sword.
That's
the one that like holds and then slices up, right?
Yeah.
That bleed is nuts. And it's I think if you chose samurai first.
Yeah, that's what I did.
You chose samurai. You had that sword. Margit was like nothing, and even Godric was like easy with that. So I went into it against. I think it was the same thing. Like my boys try to help me with Margit, and I was like, it's not working. You want to know how I beat him? With poison from the jellyfish mimic.
Dude, that jellyfish.
I used he was so weak to the poison.
You know what I did? Because my jellyfish did nothing. So what I did was I turned around and was like, yo, I'm not strong enough here. So for like a good 4 days, because this is the time when I took my sabbatical from work. So I was off 6 months. I took 4 days and just farmed the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Found a good weapon.
Yeah.
The not the sickle, the winged scythe.
Mm-hmm.
I found that. I leveled everything up. I went in there and dropped the fucking the jellyfish who just was a body.
I mean, it's more of a body, but the poison does hurt.
Dude, but my jellyfish wouldn't attack.
Oh,
he just stood there.
Yeah, that sucks.
So my boys laugh at me because they were like, yo, you over leveled. You're over leveled. I'm like, yo, fuck that. I spent literally 5 days to farm 2 million fucking souls.
I remember I told the video so you could send you on how you could farm at that red area, Kalik, I think it was called.
Dude, I spent 5 days farming 8 hours a day for 2 million runes.
That was a legit farm
to get my fucking levels up because I was like, yo, I'm tired of not being able to hit hard. I'm tired of not being able to do this. I'm gonna go it was to the point where Bleaks he fell down in the Lucaria Academy and got eaten by the Virgin Abductor.
Yeah.
And sent to Volcano Manor.
Yep.
And he got trapped fighting the fucking fat boy.
Uh-huh.
The Godskin
in the chapel.
Yeah. He hit me up. I'm farming. He hit me up. I was like, yo, Vic, I need you because I can't beat this dude. And I legit was like, yo, Bleak, I'm farming for a very specific thing. I cannot help you out.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry. And I left him hanging.
Bye.
Left him hanging. And then at the end of it, it was the funniest thing. At the end of it, I was like, yo, I can't even get there because I didn't even know where the fuck the shit is.
Mm-hmm.
I went down there, and then I got eaten, sent there, and I was like, yo, if you had trouble with this, I'm not gonna beat this dude, man. And he's like, yo, just do this cheat. He's like, that I finally had to do the cheat. I did the slow walk up to the door.
Yeah. Oh my
Went in.
God. And then you could go in and he just like stays back and doesn't move. Yeah, damn.
I did that. Dude, I was like, I'm so glad that's over. My boy Jay I'm on the phone with him. And he's like, yo, Vic, what are you doing right now? I was like, I'm stressing the fuck out. He's like, why? I was like, I'm standing outside of the Godskin duo.
Oh,
I don't want to go in.
The duel was wild. The duel was crazy, but again, the rot.
Yo, just a couple of months ago, I went in there. I was like, yo, what haven't I done? I got all my shit where I'm at now, where I beat the game. I went in there and beat every dragon. I had 4 dragons left. Beat all 4 dragons I didn't beat. Beat some extra bosses I didn't beat. I went and collected every fucking thing. Now,
damn, son.
Now I'm like, yo, there's nothing in this game that scares me because I know even if I die to it, I know I'm gonna be good. But at the time, dude, everybody's making fun of me. The first Erdtree soldier that's right at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing something, and my boy K was like, yo, I'm gonna drop the sign right here in front of this thing. I was like, can't do it. He's like, why not? I was like, because like the fucking Erdtree Sentinel. He's like, you haven't beaten that yet? I was like, what the fuck you mean haven't beaten that? I don't even fight the motherfucker. I run every fucking time. They were like, yo, we beat him. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it.
He was scary at first. Like
Yeah.
you just saw him there, you're like, I'm gonna head this way. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, when I finally got up to him, I was already like level 200 something. And I still was in that mind. I dropped my mimic and then ran, turned around.
Your mimic took care of it.
Dude, the motherfucker had this much health left. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck?
Oh Lord, that is a great story.
Shit.
No, Elden Ring is amazing. I'm glad you had such a good time with it. That's cool.
Dude, you know what it is, man? Like I keep saying that it taught me a lesson. I didn't know. As dumb as it sounds, right? Because every adversity we had, or I've had, has not been to a point where I've ever felt like, fuck, that's it. I hit a dead end. I don't know. Every adversity that I've personally faced, from my perspective alone, has been in a way I've always like, all right, cool, I got it. I can figure it out. I'm on the other side. I got through it. I'm cool. Elden Ring was the first time that I hit something, and I was like, oh, I don't think I can do this. And I spent, you can ask Till, I spent a good, month milling over if I should even buy the game.
Yeah.
I was like, this game is calling me. I don't know. And then playing it, I got to a point where I was like, no. This game is designed this way because this is like life. It's going to hit you hard, and you're going to think that you can't fucking pass it.
Yeah.
But if you learn how to deal with it or learn how to overcome it, you in there.
A lot of people say that about Souls games, where it's like, yo, Souls games make you a better person. Yeah. Like, it's funny because you don't truly master Souls games. You just get a little better every time. You just a little better, get a little farther every time, hit that campfire, or well, in this case, it was the weird little like light thing. Damn, we really went on a rant there.
Yo, listen, I was gonna say I feel kind of weird because the only game that I was ever lost in that I played multiple hours a day was SRS, Street Racing Syndicate. It just came out right after Midnight Club.
That was the time for that shit.
Yeah, and it was the first game that literally, because I was going to school for mechanics. It was literally the first game that when you put a turbo in your car, not only did you hear that, but also you can tune it. And when
What was the game?
Street Racing Syndicate, SRS. It was for the Xbox. You can tune the car, and then when you tune it, you go on the track and you can test the car out and be like, nah, I don't like how much there's no power in the beginning. So you would tune it to have more torque to do this and all. And I had a Hyundai Tiburon.
Look at this.
And I tuned that motherfucker to the point where literally I had a steering wheel and all that, and I would just go. Because it was free run.
Look at this.
You
This
could-
this is really some like Japanese shit.
Yeah, it was free run. You can drive, and I would drive for hours. And my thing was, I don't want to hit nobody, because if I hit somebody, I got to take it to the shop and spend money to fix the car.
You want to drive realistic.
Yeah, but yo, 200 miles an hour, just boof. Was like, fuck, I
Bro,
went an
I've
hour and a
never-
half without hitting somebody.
I've never seen this game.
Yo.
And to be fair,
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest racing fan. Although, like, I was a big fan of like Tokyo Highway Racing for the Dreamcast, which was the first racing game where I ever seen like when you hit left on the D-pad, your wheel moved left.
Yes.
Tokyo Highway Racing. But I've never seen this. This reminds me of Need for Speed 2. That was like more open world.
Yeah.
Like you could just drive around. Like you could pull up to a race right there. Yeah.
Need for Speed 2 was the game I was doing that.
Underground 2. Underground 2.
Yeah. I was doing that a lot until I got this game. Then I was like, oh, this shit is crazy.
So this came after Need for Speed 2.
It came out Need for Speed 1. No.
Oh, okay.
After Need for Speed 1.
Never seen this. This was so Japanese too. I love it.
Yeah, it was. I actually downloaded it on Steam.
Tokyo Highway Battle is the game that I'm thinking about for Dreamcast. Sorry.
No, it's so good. But the mechanics, because people don't realize nowadays when you drive, it's the triggers.
Yeah.
Before it was A and B.
Yeah.
And it was different. Like I'm trying to drive. I'm like, yo, how the fuck do I move forward?
Yeah.
And I bought it on the computer, so I had to use the mouse and keyboard. I said, this ain't the same.
Nah.
So I adapted my controller to it, and I was like, no, this still ain't the same because I'm not getting that vibration. I'm not feeling the road. It's like, fuck it, that's a game I'll never play again. But there's like Forza out there and shit like that. Yeah,
my PlayStation 2, I bought the Gran Turismo 3 bundle.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge racing game fan, but I had to play it for a bit. It's funny, my big brother was into Gran Turismo 1, 2. Anything. I'm not a car buff in the slightest. I know a few makes and models here and there, but I am not the car guy. But whatever I do know about cars is because of Gran Turismo. And in Gran Turismo, you can legit go inside of your car and like work on your like gear shifting. Like you can open your gears up for longer speed, but for like higher speeds, but like less fast, like less acceleration, like just more over time speed. Yeah. And then you could like, bro, I remember like my brother used to like really get into it and like set everything up. He used to do like those endurance races that were like 250 laps. I'm like, yo, you about to race for 5 hours? And he was like, yeah, so what? He's actually on his way. Like my brother's trying to like build this like man cave, and he wants like a setup with a steering wheel. Yeah. Like he wants the whole shebang.
Yo, dude,
I'm gonna help him make it.
They make some crazy like this one tech.
Those setups are nuts. Yeah,
and they have different like boxes. You put the steering wheel on, and it's all torque ratio. So this one will give you the shake, and it'll be harder to turn the wheel. And all that other stuff. You can buy actual like fucking Ferrari racing steering wheels.
Yeah, bro.
With the paddles on it and all that. The clutch, you can adjust the tension in the clutch. You can get a seat that moves. They have the TVs that go all the way around you.
That's
and
what I really want.
It's just like a shell and you're in the fucking car.
That's what I want.
Bro, that shit is crazy.
And then you could like putting it first person view. So like
Yeah.
you just in the cockpit, like you
Yeah.
just in. No. Like racing games. As much as I don't do them, I would say that in terms of like therapeutic gaming, racing games are top tier.
Yeah.
Like you really just like racing. That shit is cool. Like there was actually a racing game that I really got into in for the Xbox, Sega GT, and it was a dual game box. At one point, it was Sega GT and Jet Set Radio Future. Sega GT was cool because you did all of that shit right, but you had a garage where you could put up your trophies, you could put up your pictures, you could work on your car, so you could customize your garage. Which I fall into that. Like that's where you get me, like customizing like a player space, like a room or like my house, like NFL 2K5. You could customize your mansion. You could put like the trophies. You could put the jerseys up top. All crazy. I gotta use the potty. I'm gonna go refill, and then maybe we can talk about Loki when I get back.
I want to hear what Ray's game was.
Save it. Save it. I'll be
Gotcha.
back.
Because today's all about Ray. I was gonna save it for after Loki, but I want to hear Alicia game.
Hold on, let me.
Talk about Loki until I get back.
I guess we're talking about Loki. Because Cavs is like, now the gaming is his topic, so he wants to get into gaming. So Loki, we get Miss Minutes back finally.
Wait, I mean, hold on, wait.
Yo,
what was the first gaming system you had?
That was mine, or that I played?
That was yours, both.
Okay, the first that was actually mine was a Nintendo 64.
Okay.
Yeah, the first I played was an Atari.
All right.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, it makes sense. Like, you are a lot younger than us, but you would have been around by then. Because the Nintendo, the systems lasted a long time.
Yeah.
Because the Nintendo 64 was maybe 7 years? Because we had, I already mentioned 4 fucking wrestling games that came for it. And it wasn't like every year they came out with a new wrestling game. And then, like, the Dreamcast got red to soul, but there was, like, fucking, 12 2Ks?
That's what it seemed like. Because they weren't 2Ks at first. They were ESPNs.
Yeah.
And then 2K bought them.
Yeah, shit. Because now it's like every N64 was 1996, 2001.
Yeah, it makes
shit,
sense.
it was 5 years?
That makes sense.
Yeah. But, that's still... I know it's probably the same amount of time as this, but not for nothing. I had the Xbox, 2 years now?
Yeah.
The Xbox came out 2 years? And already I'm like, I can't wait for the next one because this shit's garbage.
You know what it is? Because now it's more, we're prone to upgrades. Look at what we were saying earlier when it came to certain video games that it's like, yo, it can't get better with these graphics.
Yeah.
Now it's like a little shit bothers us now.
Yeah. But also, think about it. The Nintendo and the Super Nintendo was... Like, the Nintendo was the old fucking, like... bullshit characters. You didn't really see nothing. It was like, what am I getting at? Like the football games. It was like little ants running around. Yeah. And then Super Nintendo, you actually seen some of the players. You see some of the Street Fighter was crazy.
Yeah.
And then you
love my Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and then you go into N64, 64-bit. It's like, yo, bro, this 3D. This 3D shit. I'm still waiting for the Ray to upgrade. Word, Pete. Yo, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got crazy shit.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This Xbox Series X, when they came out with Radeon is making the graphics card, it's going to be so much powerful. You could do 4K 120 hertz. And I'm sitting there going, bullshit. Because I'm playing 4K at 30 and this frames dropping like crazy. There's no fucking way that this shit is gonna be 120 hertz. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I got a graphics card that could play 4K at fucking 60. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? And yo, there's no difference. I'm not seeing a difference between the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a difference at all.
No. That's the thing. Now we're just so used to it's like it's there has to be something significant. When it came to the older systems, legit, when it was jumping, it was like, oh shit, this is getting wild. Oh shit, this is getting crazy. Like when you go from the N64 to the Super Nintendo, it's like they were so much of a just oh shit.
Yeah.
Like this was insane.
Yeah.
And you get into the PlayStation that it's like, okay, now it actually made a difference.
Yep.
Like
And you know, before you go, Cap, the basketball games, when we was playing 2K, I remember when we started seeing the jersey move when you shot. It's like, oh, that's crazy. Now it's like, oh, we're getting more graphics, more graphics, more graphics, more graphics. I'm like, I'm not seeing no difference. Remember there was supposed to be this dynamic sweating shit? I'm like, I don't even see my character sweating.
no.
Like, what's going on here?
Well, some of that is like if you played with the regular NBA players and like just the exhibition match, you'll start seeing that. When it comes to like custom players, it's a lot harder to put all those functions in
Yeah.
because you have to account for all the different shit that
Yeah, the
somebody's gonna
textures
make
and all that they
versus
gotta
something
edit
that's
in.
already
Yeah.
established.
Meanwhile, fucking,
I don't know.
they could do all this shit.
To me, I see a big difference. The Lords of the Fallen, right? This is the first game, and maybe it's just me seeing it, but Ray, you can like this guy looks like me.
You gotta move it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Go look back. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Or
Like that looks like a scanned version of me that they put in the thing.
What was that? Was your Elden Ring character?
That's
Lords of
my
the
Lord of
Fallen.
the Fallen character.
Ooh. Damn, I haven't Ray.
yo,
I need your game.
okay. I was trying to find it. This was like that I played the whole series. It started with this one right here.
Oh shit, Ray. Oh shit.
Can you see it?
Ray.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That was basically Capcom saying, "Oh, you like Resident Evil? Well, let's try Resident Evil with melee and samurais." Well,
Yeah, bro, the amount of hours I spent on that first one, especially because I remember the first time I played it, I forgot the very important rule of make sure even if it's
Save.
dead, it's saved.
save.
Save it anyway.
Yeah, save.
Because the
Yeah.
amount of times I'm like, okay, cool, it saved it like 2 checkpoints ago,
Oh, and there's nothing worse.
and it's like, all that is gone. Okay, bro.
And people don't realize how like, look, so do it again. Fuck you, do it again. You know how hard it was to do it the first time. That's my Lords of the Fallen.
Damn, I might have to jump on that, huh? Pause.
Oh shit, that's not.
Well, crossplay is not open yet. They're hoping to start opening it up when the big patch drops. I think this Thursday.
Sure. I mean, just to play it at least. You
Oh
know?
shit, Mr. Loki, is it? I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, Onimusha the anime. Yeah.
Onimusha was my fucking shit. Like,
Yo, Peter, the Legend of Dragoon. That's what I'm saying. The JRPGs, bro. PS1 era. Like JRPGs, brother. Like I'm telling you, that's what helps me give the edge to the PS1, the JRPGs. Like if I could just look at a list of them. Yo, Parasite Eve was also a really good game. It was like a RPG Resident Evil almost. But like yo, son, oh my goodness gracious. Vagrant Story. Oh, Legend of Legaia. What the fuck? I can't believe I forgot that. But Suikoden was obviously also. Well, Legend of the Guy was Super Nintendo. I believe it was Super Nintendo.
Word. But yo, Pete was right though. If you didn't save it and you did it before, it's like the game knew. It was like, all right, motherfucker, try this one now.
Bro, it was one of those of like, legit, you had to fucking, that's it. You were fucking, bro, I hated that when this one came out. That was when you had to make sure you fucking saved. The fucking, this was the crossover one. This was everything. Like,
and what was the one? I think part 3 was the one with Leon the Professional in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was the third in the series. That was Demon Sage.
Yeah. So, Peter, funny story about Chrono Cross. I had a demo. You know, back in the day for the PS1, PS2, you could sign up to all of these like weird ads on magazines, and they'll send you a bunch of shit. So they would send us demos. And it would say demo on the disc, but it was hard to tell. So we would have a disc with no case, no game. It was just like a sleeve, right? So there was a guy on 175th Street and Broadway, in front of El Malecón, in front of the church where the tents are.
Yeah.
In front of the tents. I know you've been there.
Yep.
There's a Spanish student there that used to sell games and trade games. He had absolutely no idea what he had. He just knew that they were video games. So we went over there to try to like trade these demos, and he was like, "Nah, man, them shits don't got case and them shits don't got booklets." I had a demo of Chrono Cross, and I destroyed that demo. I played the demo so much. So there were these two shady Italian mobster dudes there. They had like leather trench coats. It was crazy. They had like, you see, kind of like those, like they're like fanny packs, but like coolers, almost like kind of like you hold your lunch in.
Yeah.
So they had cases like that of games with no booklets, and they were like, and no cases. They were like, "Yo, we're having the same problem, man. We got a bunch of games with no booklets on it. Do you guys just want to like do a trade like ourselves?" And he was like, "Yo, no money involved, man. Because back in the day, you could have taken a game." SNES, Nintendo, PlayStation, give the dude like $10, $15, and then they'll give you another game. So he was like, "Yo, no money, no nothing. Let's just trade them." So I gave him Chrono Cross, a demo, and he gave me Tomb Raider 3. Tomb Raider 3 had just dropped.
He thought it was a full game.
He thought it was a full game.
Oh.
He just didn't. They didn't know. You couldn't tell. So like Tomb Raider 3 had just dropped. Like that was a new game. He just didn't have a disc. He didn't have a case for it in the booklet, but that shit just dropped. And yo, those guys were scary. I ain't gonna lie. Me and my boy was like maybe 15, 16. They were scary grown men. Like they had leather jackets, leather like they were like dusters. They was like dusters.
Yeah.
Like they was very Italian. And
just we just they hit the wrong truck, and then
you know what's great, Peter. The not for resale sign for some reason on these were so small. It just, I wish I could bring Ed on here right now because Ed traded his game. So Ed traded his demo for Puzzle Fighter, which was the little Street Fighter characters that. On the side, they have like, it's like Tetris almost, but with Street Fighter characters. And he traded it for that. Yo, dude did not even care. They just, oh my God. The demo disc for, this is PS2, but the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc, I played that shit so much. I played that game so much. I promise we're going to talk about Loki.
I know, yeah.
Ah, it's good, bro. We in the game talk now, so it's fun.
I mean, man, you don't gotta tell me twice.
Nah, but there was definitely some demos that I fucking burnt, bro. Because I can't remember which one was it. It was a fucking, it was a dragon one for some. I can't remember the fucking name of it. That even though it was a demo, it still came on 2 discs. That's how long this demo was.
Really?
I can't remember the fucking name of this game though.
So why you eating all the Halloween candy?
Yo, facts. Halloween's in a week.
I see you just sneaking out Halloween candies, bro.
And my son's gonna be that fucking sorry, no candy.
Yeah, no candy, no trick or treat.
Now my door's locked on Halloween.
Damn, you one of those motherfuckers that's like,
Yo,
Trick or treat?
Xenogears was wild, and the thing about Xenogears is that the graphics were weird because they had like this like zoomed in look to them, but they were still like sprites. But they did good with like the 3D backdrops. Xenogears was insane. I didn't even play fools. I watched my boy Fern play Xenogears. I didn't even play that shit.
You know what demo I used to fucking destroy? Crazy Taxi.
yeah.
Yeah. Like that's yo, bro. There's so much. All of that alternative rock, I know it because of Crazy Taxi and Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Like that Superman, Goldfinger by Superman by Goldfinger. I know that shit because of Tony Hawk.
Yeah. Shit. I don't even know if we had the Tony Hawk game. I think we just had the demo.
The demo.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
we played because it came with like 4 boards that you could use, and it was just bloop, 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 bloop. It was,
I got you know what's funny? The Tony Hawk demo to the video game changed so much. There was a like super trick that you can do where you can like go upside down and start grinding. They took that off for the games. And man, Bob Burnquist, I was a damn man, I can't even remember this dude. Reynolds, I think his name was.
Was it Ryan?
No. But yeah, the Tony Hawk, to be honest, I feel like I like that Tony Hawk 1 demo more than I do the game. But that the game, they had the legendary level, the California high school. Oh my god, that
shit.
damn it.
Word.
That California high school level was so incredible.
But speaking of going back in time,
Yeah.
Loki.
Perfect transition.
Word.
Yeah,
Let's go back to episode 1 and 2 where Cabs said he was gonna catch up on us.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay,
So I want to talk about 2
Okay.
because there's so Cap says something really important the other day. He was like, man, Cap, like I thought you would like episode 1. It's like, you like that slow, kind of methodical, just 2 people kind of kicking it, talking. I feel like I got more of that in episode 2. But the kind of that I like. Because again, I told you, episode 1 was just like a long stretch of fixing Loki, where episode 2, we were on our way. We had to go find the only lead we had on Sylvie was X5.
Yeah.
That's the only lead we had. And they went over there and they saw him like acting, and like we're getting Loki like literally using his powers and not just 2 daggers, which I find incredible. Loki's like throwing shit. He's like, there's a lot of mysticism going on, which I love. I hate it when Loki's just using his 2 daggers. Like, use your powers. You mad strong, Loki. Use them powers. Don't talk to me about Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Call your dogs so they can feed on your corpses. I say that line every day. Say that line every day. And we're on Loki now. We'll give you another 15 minutes.
Yeah, we'll do
So
that. We'll
give
do
you another
that.
15 minutes after this. So I did like, we're on the hunt for Sylvie now. Feel me? Like the felt like more of a purpose. I love the showdown in the back alley with X5 where Loki's shadows are like doing the threatening.
Yeah.
And then they both call it all wrong. And then it was just like the other Loki that was doing, she was cool. But a real meaningful conversation Ty, you feel me, son? Skilled sorcerer. You never see that kind of shit Loki doing it, bro. It's upsetting. The first time we actually like really saw that was in season 1 when he made like the building fall. And I was like, yes, show me more of that shit, bro. But the conversation that Loki and Morbius had while they were eating the key lime pie.
Yeah. You never thought about what your life was like?
And he was like, yes, I have. And what if it was good? Yo, that is so bugged out to think about. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, I'm good here. If I go back and see what my life is like, and that shit was dope, I'm gonna be thinking about that shit all day long, bro. No, I don't even care. I don't want to see it. That was such
that
a
hunting moment that you're just like,
that is the kind of that two people kind of like just chilling talking. That was so good.
yeah.
He's like, fuck that. He's like, it's better if it's bad. But if it's good, I'm gonna want to stay there.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. And yeah, episode 2 was just a better vibe. Yo, the whole like interrogation scene with X5, where X5 is trying to get Loki riled up, and here we are, Mr. Chill Morbius. He's the one that kind of loses it. And then the whole plan at the end, which I mean, we all knew it was a plan. We all knew that they had it staged.
I have a feeling that Morbius
isn't telling us something.
I think Morbius kind of knows it's either he knows what he left.
Morbius isn't,
or it's one of those.
Well, he's always referencing the jet skis.
Yeah, but he's also kind of in love with this girl that was running the TVA. She played him in the season 1.
Renslayer.
Yeah,
there was some vibes.
It was one of those things like, yo, what if I had a fucking family and kids and all that other shit, and I'm trying to get with this girl and they left me and I love. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like right now he's living with the fact that there could have been something else. He's probably regretting his whole life, and he has to be like, yo, I can't be sitting here regretting this shit. Because I got a job to do to save the whole fucking timeline.
And if
shut the fuck up.
And if I know what that life was, and that life was good,
I'm not saving shit.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna just want to go back to that life. So fuck that. I might as well just not know. I thought that was very well executed. I had a blast with that.
It was an original answer to that question too.
Yeah, it was such a good one. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck if it was bad. I give a fuck if it was good.
Yeah. Which is, I think, it's the best thing because it puts into perspective. Would you want to know? You're in a scenario.
Would you want to know?
It's like it's one of those of like. Honestly, I wouldn't want to know.
I don't think I would want to know either, right?
Because it's like, what the like? You would be like, wait.
Maybe not at the moment.
I don't want to go back. Like, why wouldn't I want to go back?
Like maybe once the job is done, and we fixed everything, and at this point, it's like. Well, we got nothing else left to do here in the TVA. Maybe I'll look back and see what's going on, and maybe I'll try to like slide back in there. But like, it was such a good answer on his behalf, and over that fake ass key lime pie. That shit is so green. Key lime pie, key lime pie, and that green.
I was like, wait, is this Jello that they said?
Ray, that is Jello that they put some weird substance looking like pie over. That shit. Like, key lime pie is like a. It's like a dull lime green.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I remember key lime pie looking this way.
It's not that green.
I've never like had a piece, but I've seen what it's supposed to look like.
I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida, where the dessert of the state is key lime pie. I've never seen key lime.
It never looks like Jello.
It never looks like that.
Am I bugging to think that they eat that shit weird?
Yeah, hold on.
I mean, they're eating for Cam, but I know what you're saying.
You mean to tell me you mean to tell me this don't look like lime green to you?
Yeah, bro. Look, shit. Look, it's so bad. It literally
that looks more like Carol Burnett.
It looks like apple. It looks like green apple Jello. What they're eating.
Yeah. That's what it looked like. I was like, wait. They said they're having pie, but it looks like Jello in a pie shape.
And I know that's just a stupid nitpick, but it's really bothering me. That's
like at least when they I've seen like fucking videos of how they do prop food. So that way, if they have to keep eating or some shit, it works. That did not look like they even tried.
Nah.
You can't tell me they did not have a budget for that?
How crazy would it be if the key lime pie was what was keeping them?
So that's what I'm thinking. There's something's going on with the key lime, because even the like shots, the cinematography of the key lime pie. It's like they're focusing on that shit too much, and like whenever they're like freaking out, yo, let's go eat some pie.
Yeah,
that's the shit that keeps them all TVA'd out. I happen to think that shit did cross my mind. So,
but Loki's eating it.
So,
Would he be?
Loki can't use his
effective?
powers, and
But Loki, it might not have any effect on Loki because he is Loki and he has all of those extra things going on. It's possibly made for people who were abducted and like, you know, what is the like coronated into the TVA, like signed up to the. It's like maybe it's for them, you know. And it again, we saw Loki kind of be chill against X5 while X5 was trying to like get him and get his emotions going. But then we saw who we thought was the chill guy in Morbius kind of lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
but you see,
I did think about that. So I'm with you.
Yeah, but real quick, little rant.
Rant.
You see how they wrote Loki to the point where it's like, bro, you're mentioning my mom. I got over that shit already. I went through it. I got past it. Come with something else. This shit ain't working.
Yeah.
But Thor?
You can't do that to Thor.
No.
Thor will lose it. You mentioned Thor would have lost it if you brought up mom. That's such a good point, So.
Like,
that's such a good point.
Like, this man grows and shrinks at the same time. Like, I've never seen somebody have to go over the same hurdle.
To be fair, Loki has died twice, or maybe even more than that.
Yeah.
And maybe Loki is just kind of like.
I was gonna say it's definitely been more than twice.
He definitely hit a nerve when he spoke about mom. You could see it physically.
Yeah.
But like, if you were to say something like that to Thor, he's losing it. That's such a good observation. So I didn't even think about that. Thor would lose it.
Oh no!
If he talks about mom like that. Yeah.
I would have lost it just for the mere fact that I would have taken it as disrespect. And I'm like, oh, you think I won't fucking break every bone in your body right now? You think I won't Batman your ass?
And it speaks to the character arc of Loki. And again, what I was saying, how like you expected Loki, or I mean, maybe you didn't expect it because you know how Hollywood works, right?
Yeah.
And you expected it to be Loki who acted like that, and it was Morbius who slapped dude. See, that's the kind of like 2-3 people interaction that I like to see. And I love the hunt for Sophie. I love that Sylvie, and I love that she's kind of still freaking out, you know, because she knows. Because Loki's like, hey, read my head so you can see what's going on, so you can see what I saw. We're not safe. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm good here. I'm sipping this McDonald's. You know?
Fuck your future.
Like, you coming over here really getting the vibe right now. Son.
Word, I got
like,
Big Macs frying in the back.
I'm chilling. It reminded me, yo, you know, and it sucks because like I think about this sometimes where American Pie, not American Pie, God damn it, what's the movie with the bag? American Beauty. Where you think about, God damn, I can't believe I forgot this guy's name. The weird pedo rapist guy.
Kevin Spacey.
He did some pedo shit, right?
Yeah.
Or was it rapey?
No, it was with a young boy, but he said he's gay, so it's okay.
So it's pedo and rapey. Okay, cool. So he has such a, like, you know, he in that movie he hates his life. He hates the married life and all of that. And he quits his job and looks for a job with the least amount of responsibility. And I get that so much. Like, especially with my job. If I could like have a good job where I don't have to do shit, you know? Like if I were able to support myself and the lifestyle of my kid and all of that with a job with the least amount of responsibilities like him, I would do that. So I kind of get what Sylvie's doing. You know, Sylvie's she's flipping burgers and fries, just living the dream. I get that so much in a weird way. I get that so much. I understand that. So it was cool to see that. Yeah, I liked episode 2. You guys thought I wouldn't like episode 2. There's a weird dynamic going on here with Loki, right?
Yeah.
Where, yeah, maybe I have to rewatch episode 1 and give it a good old, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't think you would like episode 2 because I didn't like episode 2. I was like, if you didn't like 1, you damn sure ain't gonna like 2.
I like 2. I like being on the chase. I like being on the chase. There was
one nitpick I have for episode 2 that was kind of annoying me, and I swear to God, I would have snapped If I heard the shit one more time.
Is it Ouroboros?
No, it's the every time Loki spoke,
Yeah,
he took a deep breath.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
he's over it.
I get it, motherfucker. Just fucking talk to the girl. This is gonna be difficult, but
I kind of feel like that.
let me talk to you in 5 minutes.
I kind of feel like that about episode 3 with Victor Timely.
Yo, I don't know how I feel about episode 3, to be honest with you. I don't know if I don't like it.
I've mentioned this before about Jonathan Majors kind of like overacting a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like he overacted this one a lot. Yeah, it didn't feel natural. What he's trying to do, the quirky scientist who's Loki shady.
Yeah.
It kind of didn't resonate.
So my problem with episode 2
Just say your line, bro.
was I didn't understand.
Just say your line. Just say your line.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't understand what the big deal was with, oh, we're gonna kill millions of people, like, but you're not, because those are just alternate versions of the person who's on the sacred timeline.
There's still
You're not
timelines.
erasing all of that.
I get
And
what you're
like I said,
saying. I get what you're saying.
Like if the alternate me had kids and I don't, but those kids aren't supposed to happen because that's the branch timeline that's deviated, blah blah blah. So I personally didn't get that. In this one, I had the same shit where this motherfucker's like, oh, my ideas, my inventions. I'm like, they gave you the handbook.
Well, I mean,
You didn't think of this shit. This shit was in the book.
I mean, the average person wouldn't go on ahead and tell them that someone just dropped a handbook in my house and this is how I thought of it, especially for like a thief, because he's doing shady shit, you know.
I understand him telling that to the regular folk, but now you're talking to Miss Minutes and Ramona, and you're still like, oh, my ideas, it's all here in the book, and I'm like,
what we saw that he was trying to. It felt like he was trying to carny them even there.
I mean, we don't know if there's blueprints in that book or just things to help him get to where he's gotten. Maybe it was a situation where he was able to build something without the book. But I see what you're saying. If you're gonna be honest with anybody, it's these two people.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Especially Miss Minutes.
Well,
but he just met Miss Minutes and Ravona.
Well, the two
two
things. One, that handbook, according to the other episodes, has everything in it. That the workings of everything.
Ouroboros wrote it.
Yeah.
Wait. If I'm not mistaken, that might be a separate book than the one Ouroboros wrote. I know it looks the same, but the
maybe
thing is,
perfected it. Maybe he's perfected it throughout the years.
But remember, Miss Minutes told her specifically where to go get it, and she had no idea what she had. It's not like she just picked up any book and wrapped it.
But
this could have been the one that the one who's left wrote.
Yeah.
And then was like, yo, Ouroboros, you wrote this.
Because maybe it was a contingency plan. Obviously, it is a contingency plan because
it's weird. It's weird to me that this dude reads this book for 25 years, and I was like, I'm waiting for the technology to catch up.
Yeah.
For my ideas, I'm like, but they're not your ideas. They're not your ideas. Time travel, the whole thing.
If he understood that it was. And I don't think he did yet. Like, did he understand at that point? He didn't, because they just dropped the book on him, but he didn't know that it was him doing that in the future. So, I mean, technically they are his ideas, but he shouldn't know that yet.
But what I'm saying is, if you handed me, it's hard to.
You're not a sleazeball though. That's why you're not a con.
Yeah,
you would respect that. You would respect that you didn't create these. You got a push for. You would respect that.
But if we went back in time, to let's say Cap was 15 years old, and gave Cap his Navy medals, Cap be like, "This ain't mine."
Yeah. You're a good person like that.
Yeah. This dude wants all the credit.
Guy, clearly, he's like trying to rob everybody he can and shit. He's literally just trying to, he's
a corner. You can tell. Like he
literally is a con man.
I get
which
that.
is kind of what I did like about him. That he's just kind of like sneaking around, bumbling around, like he knows he has like this amazing technology in his grasp, but he just doesn't have the power around him because of the time. So he just kind of got to like make do like, yeah, y'all take your $100 right quick. I thought it was kind of funny.
But see, this is where I'm getting confused, right? Last week you spoke about it when you was off, when you went off the air. It was, is the timeline and the multiverse the same thing? Also, is Victor Timely the one who's left? And is the one who's left the one that was in Ant-Man?
That's the questions that we're not going to get answered maybe for a bit. I think yes to everything you just said, though. I think Victor Timely is the one that's left. And I think the one that's left, and I don't think the one that's left is what was in Ant-Man. I do think that we just saw Victor Timely, but I mean, okay, let's think about that then. Victor Timely is supposed to be a variant.
Yeah.
He is supposed to be. So maybe it's not. Maybe Victor Timely was the guy that kind of like sparked everything up, because that's a big name in the Kang dynasty or in the Kang lineage. Victor Timely is a name. You feel me?
Yeah.
So maybe this is the guy who set everything up, and then maybe he who remains is a different variant, and maybe, which is kind of the problem with this series.
Yeah.
Because the more I have answered, the more questions I have.
Yeah. Because what we surmised last week was, or what I said was, each Kang has its own timeline and its own multiverse. So the threat now is, if you kill the Kang that's controlling your multiverse, the others come to erase your shit or set shit straight, because you're fucking with the timelines now, and they're trying to control their timelines.
I think we don't have enough to answer that yet. I think you're on the right track based on everything we've learned about how he works and multiverse works. But I think there's gonna be some stupid curveballs coming later for sure.
Well, we kind of got a little bit of that because of what He Who Remains said. Like before Sylvie, it's like, if you kill me, this is gonna happen. And with what the start of this episode, it's like he left this.
I'm thinking this is all a contingency plan.
So yeah, it's like he left that. So when it happens, boom, this starts to put everything. This is the domino effect.
This is the backup. This is breaking the glass.
Yeah, but
this is plan D.
Yeah.
Pause.
Like, legit. Yeah. No, he said like there's so many plans in effect.
Yeah.
When it comes to the first part, I don't know if it's the same or different at this point, because Marvel has made it seem like it is, but then it isn't at the same point. Let's say, wait, we're defining it almost legit, word for word, almost as the same thing, but we're gonna say they're two different things.
Yeah.
So it's like,
because in all honesty, if the one who's left was actually writing time, and Sylvie was supposed to be wiped from her timeline, and she escaped, how is he still writing her time?
Well, that's what she says, because Loki's like, oh, read my mind, and she's like, well, no, I don't need to, because whatever you saw is not what's supposed to happen, because we got rid of the person who wrote time.
That's her whole thing, is because
this series is confusing.
Yeah, because he shouldn't have never known that Sylvie was coming to kill him. Because technically, she's not in.
He should have. Technically, he should have. He told her that he knew.
Yeah, unless he wrote that she survives from her timeline to come kill him.
This is my problem with this series.
I think he knew simply because he still had the connection to the TVA, so he didn't see her history leading up to that, but a crazy blonde lady who was supposed to be white is looking for you. I think you get wind of that, and you're like, all right, so she's gonna try to come here at some point.
Yeah,
not so much as I predetermined it. He just, I caught wind that you were coming.
So I have a plan, and if you kill me, then I'm just gonna come right back in a way that you don't want.
I think
it's confusing. It's confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
My problem with this series is, even though the first episode was the writing was great, I think this is gonna go the way of Ahsoka, where everybody has these theories of, oh, it's gonna go this way, it's gonna go that way, it's gonna go this way, and we get to the end, and you're like, oh, they didn't have a plan, they just did something.
Yeah.
I think that all this talk is what's a multiverse, what's the timeline, what's this. I honestly believe they don't have the plan we think they do. They're just gonna do shit, and when we get to the end, they're just gonna hope that, hey,
It
all the
sticks.
characters on screen is what's gonna bring you in, and you're gonna be happy with that.
Like I loved episode 2 and 3 way more. I did like 3. I think I like 2 a little better. I don't know how I feel about Miss Minutes going like a swim fan on He Who Remains.
Yeah.
Especially because she should know about this plan. Like why are you complaining about to Victor Timely? Why are you complaining to him about whether you like her or not? Because he shouldn't know. You feel me? He shouldn't. Victor Timely should have no feelings for you, Miss Minutes, right now.
Yeah.
Your beef is with He Who Remains.
Yeah.
Which might not even be the Kang that we saw in Quantumania. Like in Quantumania, we didn't have him talking to Miss Minutes.
No.
The swim fan thing really took me out. I was like, why? Why you mad at him? And maybe it's just a Miss Minutes thing. And you know, AI gets to a certain place where they can't express. And then maybe AI gets so smart that they don't know how to handle these human emotions. But Miss Minutes, you should know this is the plan to give this book to Victor Timely via Ravonna. And she's more jealous of Ravonna, if anything, which that was funny. But when they had their alone time and Miss Minutes is like, oh, why you never cared for me? It's like, bitch, I don't know you. Like,
yeah. No, but that was
that
great to see a moment like that where now they're even questioning that. Where artificial intelligence now is having almost an existential. Thank you. Fucking word I can't say today. Having that crisis there of just like, this is where we're at.
It's just, bro. It's like, I understand the jealousy over Ravonna. Sure. But like you shouldn't be mad at. He knows nothing what's going on. If you see a different Kang or He Who Remains acting this way, then okay, Miss Minutes, cool. This guy shouldn't know anything about this. Why are you mad at him?
Yo, you know what I'm getting pissed at? Kang's the big bag of this whole multiverse shit. We're getting Kang Dynasty. Kang. He's the fucking big threat. Everybody's afraid of him. They have not shown me one motherfucking version of Kang that I'm afraid of.
Well, I mean, it was supposed to be the Quantumania version
until
he got defeated by ants.
Fuck that. He got defeated by Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Then Victor Timely, Loki's like, yo, that's him. That's the guy that's coming. This bumbling idiot? Who the fuck's afraid of him?
Yeah.
Sylvie was literally, if I was writing the show, Sylvie would have walked up to him, stabbed his ass. He's dead. You got to go find another one.
Yeah, this ain't the guy.
Yeah, then the Council of Kangs, every single one of them was a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which Kang? Sorry, Ray. Which Kang are we supposed to fucking be afraid of? Who's coming that's supposed to be the real fucking big bad? Because as of right now, I'm kicking the shit out of anybody who shows up as Kang.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I'm hoping, because I feel like this is what I was gonna get to. I think this is, again, he's a con man. How do I make everyone think I'm not even?
Yo, Ty.
I just saw the comment.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
No, I feel like it's a thing of he's conning everyone to think he's defenseless. He is not. He knows nothing.
I hope Kang got a plan.
I think he might. I hope
he got a plan because
I feel he's the biggest.
But yo, at this point, this got to be Saw 1 level planning.
Yeah. Which again,
Well, I mean,
the domino effect is there.
Someone
might be.
who the most conscious and aware time traveler in the universe should have saw one level planning. He just should. That wouldn't make sense. But you know, and I get where Cap is coming from, because like if we would have had a more menacing Kang in Quantum Mania that technically didn't lose, but maybe got outsmarted, who would have maybe taken someone out brutally in the process, then we would have been like, if this conversation would have been like, okay, so this can't be that guy because that guy's crazy, and it would just lead to more avenues, more conversation. But yeah, who is the guy? At this point, I need to know who this person is.
All right, so let me run because y'all talking, it opened up my mind space. So let me run a little scenario around y'all. Let's say we're all right?
Okay.
Kang the Conqueror was the Kang running the TVA when Loki went back in time, because the one who's left didn't want any attention. Kang the Conqueror was stopped by the other Kangs because he started wiping out timelines viciously and all that on himself, and they put him into the fucking the quantum realm. And the one who's left took over for Kang the Conqueror in this fucking multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe what they're thinking is, if you kill me, it's gonna stop the other Kangs from stopping the Conqueror from coming back, because one of them got to take my place.
That's what I hope is happening.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
that's what I hope is happening.
They already killed the Conqueror, so now it's like Cap said.
Did they kill the Conqueror though?
Wait, did they?
Well, he shrunk and biggened them at the same time, and he went into the quantum realm. Unless he becomes one with the quantum realm, and that he becomes time itself.
He's ethereal. He becomes time itself.
Yeah.
Which I feel like.
But then there's no way you could
look.
There's no way you can foresee that.
I don't know, man. You've been shooting 100 with these fucking. Because you don't sound very off. Honestly,
that's what I see. Because if, in all honesty, they explained time in the TVA as to be infinite.
Mm-hmm.
So the same way time works differently in the quantum realm is the same way it works differently in the TVA.
Yes.
So in the quantum realm, we could have had Kang in there for 500-600 years, but we didn't feel it. The same way that they spent that whole time fighting Kang, and they come back to 5 minutes, when 5 years was 5 minutes in the quantum realm during Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
TVA, Morbius was there for 500 years. That was the last time he saw OB. And then 500 years ago, when the last time he saw OB, the Conqueror was the one that was running the TVA.
So is OB really the Conqueror? Then?
No. What I'm saying is
that was the biggest turn.
It could have been Loki went back in time around the time that the other Kangs put the Conqueror in the quantum realm. And when he came back is when they killed the one who's left.
Uh-huh.
It could have been around the same time that Ant-Man killed the Conqueror. So we have two. And this is why now the Council of Kangs are like, they're fucking with the multiverse. Because they're killing multiple Kangs that are supposed to be in control of multiple multiverses.
I mean, again, I hope it's something like that. Because
then this means the timeline and the multiverse have to be different. Because if we already went back in time and they never said nothing about they're touching time, they're touching the timeline, they're touching the multiverse. So you probably have to go through the timeline to get to the multiverse.
Yeah. It's weird, bro. It's honestly, don't even rack your brain about it. Like, honestly, I feel like with this, just let it come. Because there's just too much confusion at this point. I'm telling you, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, okay, so the homeless menace thing had me tripping. And I was like, okay, so is Victor timely? He Who Remains that we killed earlier, and this is the plan set in motion so that He Who Remains could continue being like
you know they made
constant. There's the word.
Yeah, you seen the Spider-Verse, right? The second one. You know that AI that was with they were saying that that's a version of Miss Minutes that Kang gave this guy so he could look over the Spider-Verse, and that she is a version of Miss Minutes because they had the same thing. They were both orange. They were both glitching in and out, and they both talked wacky and all that other shit. That could be hot yoga stretching, or that could be a little, loosen up the muscle stretch. But
I like it though.
I was like, this is kind of.
I like it though. I like it. Dang, I didn't even put those two and two together. It could be a reach, but
yeah,
I like it.
I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I'm just remembering that He Who Remains said he won the multiversal war of Kangs.
Yeah.
And then he also said that this shit is cyclical. And that if you kill him, it's just the war's just gonna start again.
Because he's gonna put the plan in motion of giving Victor Timely the book.
Yeah, so what the fuck is if this is cyclical, then this has happened already.
It's a matrix.
And it's gonna happen again, but
time is constant. It's happening all around us.
Yeah.
It's like a circle.
But then none of the shit that
it's
not like a triangle.
Where's that from again?
It's Chuck and Larry.
Yeah. It's a circle. Yeah.
But then none of the movies mean anything. Because theoretically, we can get to Kang Dynasty and Secret War and all that. And then it'll just start again, which means Iron Man 1 will come out, and then Iron Man 2, and then Avengers. Like there's no...
Marvel doesn't want you to think this much. Yeah,
No,
that's what Marvel doesn't want you to think this.
I think the problem is, like I said before, I don't think Marvel has thought this much.
Maybe.
But not for nothing. See, this is where I get pissed, right? Because if we were to make a whole Kang saga, this would be a realm of possibility of us saying it. This would be the realm of possibility for us to go, what's the long-term storytelling that we're going to do with Kang? And there's so many we could play with. What if this one was this one and we went back in time and did this? My ass would have thought of it. So someone has to think. This has to be something where they go, we gave them something basic all the way up to Endgame. Now let's fuck with them.
Which is, I think that's the whole multiverse saga as a whole. Because remember, like back then, it was more difficult to theorize about these certain things. Now that we're so far into the MCU, theories are just the norm now.
Yeah.
Where, like you said before, where sometimes you're not watching some of these sites for the theories, you're watching it for more of an explanation.
Yeah.
You know? So I think we're these scenarios, we're just doing them in our heads. And it's like, maybe we let Marvel see where they end up and whether it's good or bad. I think that's the one thing I noticed about episode 3. I literally thought the same thing. I'm like, okay, so which Kang is this? And why is Miss Minutes tripping about him? Like, she shouldn't be tripping. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for the next 3 episodes because this is weird.
Because if that's not you, think about if you go back in time, Cabs, and you go talk to Ed, you like that's the same Ed that I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have the same feelings. But if you went to another multiverse and you're like, this isn't the same Ed that I grew up with, you're not gonna harbor the same feelings.
So I'm saying, so is that He Who Remains because Miss Minutes is so like into it?
I would suggest, at least Miss Minutes believes that.
But that's the thing. It might be because she's AI. This is what emotions are now clouding her judgment in a sense. I feel like that's what it is. Because I doubt.
So maybe the AI is frying.
Yeah.
I mean,
it really like took me like I was like, Miss Minutes, you're like a sophisticated AI. Why are you feeding anything? This whole swim fan shit. Swim fan shit is crazy.
Here's the thing though: is she a sophisticated AI, or is she just regarded to? regurgitating whatever he who remains.
I mean, she could calculate shit. She could calculate shit. She was running the team. She was like head of operations in the TVA for a minute. You remember?
But not for nothing. And the risk of getting canceled. How many intelligent women do you know that act stupid when the right man when the man's around?
You're stupid. You're stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause think about it. Like, the AI is not supposed to have emotion, but the weak spot is Kang.
So maybe, yeah.
The same thing with what the fuck you guys call a bomber maker? Boomba Batch? The girl with Miss Minutes.
Runslayer?
Runslayer, there you go. I was close. Yeah. She has the same weak spot for fucking He Who Remains.
Yo, Anthony, that's a good point. Is Miss Minutes just as bad as Ultron? This is crazy right now. She's feeling way too much.
The difference between her and Ultron is Ultron didn't have a leash. Ultron absorbed everything at once and made his own conclusion.
Yeah.
So I think now she's trying to.
Ultron is cool, Joe.
So that's what I'm saying. Is because although it happened fast with Ultron, and great question, Anthony. And although it happened fast with Ultron, there was still that moment of him and Jarvis speaking to each other. So is Miss Minutes gonna have that moment where she speaks to somebody like, you know what, fuck this, like I'm good,
That might be what happens in with her and Ramona and
Yo,
Ultron is a man, so he's good. Yo, facts.
And then look, and then we have Nye over here saying, "Hey, good evening, guys.
What's going on, Nye?
Good
evening.
evening."
You missed the whole show. Ray actually spoke.
I'm just glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been on other shows.
Yeah. I just appreciate you passing by.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah, but I want it to be this complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking,
I get what you're saying.
Like Fast and the Furious.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be able to call what's happening.
I don't want to sit here and go, theoretically, that Corolla cannot last in space. I want to be like, they put it in space and this is what happened. Good.
Yeah.
With the Marvel movies, I want them to want me to sit here going, is this Kang Victor Timely, or is this the Conqueror, or what's going on here? Was because remember, we was like, he was in solitude for so long, he got crazy. He always like this?
I hope there's a good payoff for that, though.
Yeah.
If the payoff for that is good, then we're good.
Because
if it's not, then we just got the same problem.
Because think about it, and I know this is a very small example, but Moon Knight, episode 3, I swear to God, when I watched it over, I heard a Chicago accent in the car, and I said, "It's funny how episode 3 showed you the third fucking mind, the third person in him."
And they love doing that kind of shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, if they can do that with Moon Knight and someone who has split personalities, they should be able to expand that with Kang.
With Kang.
Because he might not be the most menacing, but this could be the most complex.
Or at least
villain we had.
Or at least the one, or maybe, and to talk to that, maybe Victor Timely isn't He Who Remains, but the one that starts kicking shit off into gear.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. I think he's more than we're seeing. I think this is a facade. I think this is more.
I think we're gonna need to wait. I think we need to wait until the episode 5, the penultimate episode for these shows. There's 6 in this one, right?
Yeah.
That's usually when we get our answers.
Yeah.
We just kind of have to wait to get our answers. Now, I do see where Cap is coming from, where I'm concerned that here we go again with Marvel, where they kind of write themselves into a corner, and it's like, is the payoff even worth it? But although for me, episode 1 was a little slow ski, or I wish
there's a lot of filler too.
I wish we could have just solved Loki immediately and stopped him from phasing.
But
and
I did love OB.
OB is amazing, and I mean,
we're all gonna die.
OB's cool. I don't want to put him up there because he's like everywhere in Hollywood right now. I don't want to say that this is like a pity signing, but he's hot right now. You know what I'm saying?
Good, though.
He's hot right now. He did great. He did great, but like we'll see what it ends up, and maybe OB has something to do with Kang, and it's like, you know what? I'm actually interested in seeing some Kangs that are like lineage and heritage that don't look like Kang, because Kang did that in the comics all the time. Like, it didn't necessarily have to be a version of him and look like him. Like, what if OB is just another Kang?
Yo, with this motherfucker going to trial tomorrow to see if his case is getting dismissed or not, that might be exactly what the fuck happens.
Feel me? So it's like that's where I'm at too. Like, you know, in the comics, it wasn't just as clear as like, oh, he looks like Kang, he looks like the Conqueror. No, it was completely different people.
Yeah, he was King Tut, right?
So maybe we have OB just be a different version of Kang. Like, who really is Kang? There's a lot of questions, and it's like, maybe we shouldn't jump the gun to try and answer them, and maybe we should just let the show go. But
no, but it's good that we're having these questions, because now it leads to conversation.
I'm worried that it won't stick the landing.
Yeah.
Because if this shit don't stick the landing, it's gonna be like both your ankles are gonna be destroyed. You're gonna fuck your shit up.
The landing you're referring to is that Kang Dynasty, or is that the end of Loki?
The end of Loki. Like what are we doing? Is this gonna be worth it?
It might be like Ahsoka, where it's and now the movie. You know what I'm saying?
A cliffhanger is, you could stick the landing and still have it be a cliffhanger. I'm just saying, if this all ends up on a point where we're all just like, man, this shit don't make no fucking sense, man. They're just reaching at straws here. You know, that's kind of what I mean.
That's the direction I'm going.
And I know I feel you a mile. What up, Krills? I feel you a mile away with that. And I can't be mad at you for feeling that way, because there's too much questions, and hopefully we get some of them answered, hopefully within the next 2 episodes. But I hear you, Cap. Trust me, I hear you, kids.
Real quick, can they merge Kang and the Beyonder?
What do you mean?
That's what Anthony's asking.
I would prefer they didn't do that, and we just have Dr. Doom hold on the fort.
Yeah, Anthony, you don't have to tell me to read your last comment. We read it. We'll get to it when we finish our conversation.
Yeah.
But appreciate
it. And that's the thing about the Beyonder, right? The Beyonder was just kind of like this thing that they put together to like feed this ridiculous story so that they could sell toys. I don't really think the Beyonder makes sense in the MCU, especially with all these other characters that we got popping up out of nowhere now. So maybe just keep it Kang, or keep it Dr. Doom. Like Battle World, it should either be Kang or Dr. Doom. I don't think we have enough space in our hearts and our patience for the Beyonder.
Here's the thing. Let's say Dr. Doom is going to be in Kang Dynasty, right?
Yeah.
It is extremely easy to make the connection that Dr. Doom saw how all this shit works, the TVA, the temporal zone, all that shit, and went, ha,
I got it.
He made his own fucking world.
Facts.
I now made it.
That's some Vegeta shit.
Yeah.
Without needing to be on the period, because Doom is that good.
And if we gotta get rid of, if we do have to get rid of Kang, then that's just the perfect way to do it. I'm telling you, I don't think we're ready. I don't think we can. Not even that we're not ready. I don't think we can handle the Beyonder. I don't think the MCU could handle a Beyonder.
Right, so what's the Beyonder?
Needed.
Exactly.
He's an extremely powerful cosmic being
who set up Battle World for these, so that these people could fight to keep the world after the incursion.
You know who could do that?
We don't need that.
The guy from the X-Men. Remember that series where he took the X-Men and they went on that TV show? Let him do the Battle World.
We really don't need the Beyonder, right? I'm telling you, there's
it's
so
beyond
much.
Her?
Beyonder, the Beyonder. That's a typo. Beyonder, like the Beyonder.
Okay.
Like we don't need that. We don't need the Beyonder. We just don't.
Well, we still need the Living Tribune with the fucking Eternals.
You keep it Kang or Dr. Doom, bro. I don't think we have any more space for any more characters.
And you can introduce the Fantastic Four that way. Because remember, the Fantastic Four introduced Kang.
They're coming. They're coming.
You know, so like that would be like a transition. Like you went from Kang to Doom to the Fantastic Four.
And there's been a lot of Sentry talk especially around Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of that shit.
He better not be Sentry.
I'm not excited about it either.
No, I'm sorry. Henry Cavill's a great actor, good person. Every comic book and nerd shit he touches fucking gets destroyed. So
I mean, that's
stay out
not
of it.
well.
They're already fucking themselves up.
That's not his fault.
You know
It's not his
something?
fault.
It might not be his fault, but if everything you're in fucking crumbles, what's the common denominator?
The writer's
Definitely.
strike.
Bad writing. That's what the common denominator is.
And what does
Because
Marvel
we-
have a ton of right now?
Because I
Bad
mean,
writing.
it's
Excuses.
no. Like Henry Cavill. Like I think he fits in with. I think he'll fit in with Marvel more, where they try at the very least to work on the source material. I think he would. I think the problem is we haven't had Cavill over here yet. I'm not saying he should play anything or not, but
Wouldn't he be more useful as Doctor Doom than Sentry?
He'd be more useful as Captain Britain, really.
that's what I mean, are we saying that because of
I'm talking about
he's
just
from there, or you know?
I'm talking about just his acting chops.
As
For
funny
acting-
as
acting-
it was when that fake photo of him being cast as Doom was, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I want my Doom to fucking do that
Yeah.
shit. We don't need him as Doom. We need somebody. Doom does not need to look like he can physically kick the shit out of
But
you.
just fucking destroy you
We
mentally.
need somebody who's gonna look. Because remember, Doom is in a fucking suit of armor,
Yeah, the
so
Mexican.
the suit of armor can look big and all that shit. It doesn't matter. We need somebody who looks like that dude is not only the smartest person in the room, but if he's not, he's still gonna outshine the smartest person in the fucking room.
It's Kylo Ren, that guy. He needs to be Doom. Kylo Ren, whatever his name is.
Adam Driver?
Yeah, or if not, then
No, I think Luke Evans.
let's see.
Who's Luke Evans? What?
No One Lives. He was
Yeah.
Charles' brother in the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, yeah.
Gaston.
Or yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or what's this guy's name that I was from Peaky Blinders?
Yo, unnecessary comment.
Him,
He's
yeah.
gay.
I forget
Who?
his name all the time.
Luke Evans is gay. I
have no
saw this
idea.
picture and I asked.
I don't know.
Just hey, listen, you guys know you're in the know of shit. But I mean, this is a Doom is not bad. He looks like
Yeah,
a
like-
victor.
Like I don't need Cavill to be Doom.
Like
I
look
don't
at that picture right there in the white, right? See, not
To the
the
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's
not that one,
convincing.
the one next to it with the white border. He's got the longer.
That's
hair, that one.
convincing. Yeah, that's
Yeah, definitely.
that's the one. That's convincing.
Like
That's convincing.
think about it. This is a man who had fused metal mask to his face because of blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Because
Like
his
he
veins.
looks like he could be that type of fucking.
it looks like he had that, and then they ripped it off, and then they grafted his face on to look good again. Yeah, no, I hear you. It doesn't have to
he
be
played a
Cavill.
gay role. All right.
And
Doesn't
on
have to
top of
be
that,
Cavill.
he also has that look of earned arrogance.
Fox.
Yeah.
And which
Like,
is the
yeah.
Peaky Blinders look which is the why I God damn it, what's his name? I know his name. I see him all the time.
Cillian Murphy
Cillian Murphy. There it is.
from Oppenheimer.
Yes, he is gay. He never hit the. I didn't know.
Well,
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be Cavill, but yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think we need the Beyonder. I rather if we're gonna focus on that story, like or try to focus as much as that whole arc, forget the Beyonder and let us get a symbiote Spider-Man. I think that's
Yeah,
what I want the
but-
most out
right.
of all of that.
So once and for all, do we redcon the Eternals and not even mention them ever again, or do we find a way to add them here? Because listen, the Beyonder.
I don't know if that's the.
The
Well,
Beyond is cosmic, right? So that's
What is it with the Eternal strays? We
'Cause
could
think about this.
have finished the episode without this.
No. Because look, the Beyonder is cosmic, and you want to talk about Battle Earth and all that other shit. If we start fucking around with high level beings like that, We got issues
We're gonna
because
need
the
some help.
fucking
We're gonna need some
Eternal is
help.
judging us.
We're gonna need some help for
where
sure.
there's fucking, you know, Celestials and all these other, like, you already introduced them. So this is what I'm saying. It's like,
We're gonna need help for sure.
what? We're gonna be the one
they're
above
gonna-
all is
they're
gonna
gonna
fucking
talk
fight
about
us, but we're not gonna, because that's where we're going. The one above all is gonna fight us, but we're not gonna address the fucking head in the ocean.
We're gonna need all hands on deck for Secret Wars. So
Because I think once you,
we'll give them something.
because once you go that cosmic, you're gonna have to start introducing a lot more people, and now the X-Men are irrelevant. The fucking Fantastic Four are irrelevant because
Just
they're
say you want the Nova Corps, and that's it.
yeah. But now
Just
we're
say
gonna
you want
need
it.
need Blue Marvel.
We're gonna need. I mean, damn. And again, obviously Marvel can find ways of nerfing people, and
There we go. Henry Cavill for Blue Marvel.
to really piss people off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, they do
We
it
could
for
do
everybody
it.
else.
We could
Ariel,
do it. Yeah,
like-
and we keep it fair here. Like Blue Marvel doesn't have to be black.
I mean, he kind of does.
He does, yeah,
For
because
his
no,
origin
it is.
story.
It's part of his character where the whole thing is where because he's black, he had to like get shut out. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does
Really?
kind of need to be black
I'm only doing devil's advocate because
it's fun.
well, yeah, because it's fun, but because to address Toe's point about Ursham and the head in the thing, I'm only gonna just repeat what I've been saying. That there is no spoon with Marvel.
I mean, he kind of has to be black. He has
But
to
you-
because the whole
civil
yeah,
rights.
look,
is his whole origin.
Taekwon literally said his origins is the civil rights.
Okay,
Like,
but
yeah,
now to play devil's advocate, you had a mermaid who was in the North Atlantic in Norway and all that. Like,
that's a reach. That's a reach. She
how was that a reach? That's her whole fucking thing. Is Norwegian fucking culture.
I don't think they went into it as much like that though. Like he literally is part of that. Like he literally got casted out because.
Wait, you talking about the Little Mermaid?
Yeah,
With the
again,
Spanish father
I
and the
personally
black
don't
girl?
give a shit. But if you want to start saying what's true to the background, the whole point of the Little Mermaid was the fucking Norwegian.
I don't think that was the point. The point is that she's a mermaid that wanted to walk, that wanted to live amongst human. I get it. We're playing devil's advocate.
That's the Disney version. That's not the real version. Of that
but
shit.
I mean, he literally got casted out because he was black. They're like, no, the world isn't ready for a black superhero, so you gotta go. And I mean, we could change the story, but
I wouldn't though.
But
I
to be fair,
I wouldn't though.
to be fair, this is Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill could just be really, really light skinned.
He got alopecia.
What the
No,
fuck? He has a full set of hair. Vitiligo.
Yeah, he was from Villa Lago.
He could be related to Michael Jackson, and they just...
Yeah. And Cap is playing devil's advocate.
All right, real quick.
Henry
What do
Cavill
you
the
think,
Albino.
Ray? What do you think about all this, Ray?
Ray's stress.
I'm just letting
I think Ray's in for the ride. Yeah, Ray's in for the ride.
Yeah, I'm just letting Cabs and Cap go at it because I'm good.
That was mild.
Who do you want to see the Beyonder? You want to see Doom? You want to see a Celestial walk?
Doom, that was the one thing I was gonna mention. We kind of got a little bit of a tease in it in Quantumania. When we get the Council of Kangs, and when you're looking at, if you really start to examine each Kang that we saw, there's one dressed as Doom.
Yo,
Where?
I will walk out of the motherfucking theater if Doom is a variant of Kang. I don't give a shit. I don't even care if the movie's good. I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm out.
Nowadays, Cap is just looking for a reason, though. He's looking for it.
I love how Toe's gonna go examine now because that was one thing I remember. I was like,
I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for Guardians 3, Cap would have been like, fuck this.
Yo.
Which one of them looks like Doom, though?
There was one that was legit dressed as Doom.
Really? I don't remember that.
Dude,
in
I'm
this
gonna tell
area?
you guys right now what it is, man. I honestly don't see anybody with any good ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type of person who's just gonna stick around because they fucking told me to.
That's my problem. I'm sticking around because they're telling me to.
Basically, that's what a lot of us are doing.
That's my problem.
Dude,
Is that
if we weren't doing this
that's fake
podcast-
though? That's fake though, right?
But
Oh my goodness.
that picture, yeah.
Why did I press the Council of Kings and I'm getting
San
10
Jose
on?
del Rincon.
good to know. We got
If it wasn't for this podcast,
Yeah,
I
you would
would-
have been done.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
There's a green goblin.
I'm about to, Cap is like, release me. Cap and Cabs reminded me of the Odd Couple. No, yeah. We actually have so much in common. You don't even know.
yeah.
We do have a lot in common.
I love how
We're,
To's gonna do just searching through now.
we're very
But
similar.
that was something I definitely remember they teased in there. That it's like, okay. So at
And I
least
mean
some-
the teleportation shit is also Dooms, which this guy used in Multiverse of Madness.
Yep. Nope.
I know there's another part where they show the stadium. I'm looking for that shit, but
We gotta find that. We'll find that later.
yeah.
We'll find that later.
I'll send the
24
video on
hours.
YouTube. Just so I'll send the video
Yeah.
later.
Cause I would need a week off before, the week of, and the week after off to do a 24-hour stream.
Yo, son,
I'm not as young as I used to be.
I could say this. I think it would be fun to do a 24-hour stream, and everybody bets on how long before you pass out completely.
Shit, yo, I did 2 already.
Yeah, no, I've noticed both of them.
Yeah. But
Wait,
Nah,
would it
yeah,
have
we
to
ain't
be
gonna-
24 hours of us
especially if you're watching Raw.
But
Okay.
you couldn't work that day.
The first one I did.
You wouldn't know what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
we were to do a 24-hour stream, you would have to wake up
Yeah.
and start streaming immediately.
Yeah.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that 3 hours later you won't fall asleep,
Yeah.
but it'll give you a good shot.
Yeah.
You gotta wake up at 6 a.m. and
to be able to
hopefully
end it the next day. At 6
yeah.
Jesus.
I don't think I could do a 24-hour stream. Like I would need to like tag in, tag out for sure.
That's what I'm saying though. What would that entail? 24 hours of just talking?
I've done it.
We
Where
would have to
we
like,
played.
play stuff.
Yeah, we
talk about
played
certain things.
about 8 hours of video games, and then the rest of it was just us bullshitting. I was playing music. There was people coming on and off the fucking stream, and
Yeah.
it was just
Because I feel like we could pull it off if we had like our cats. Like we could switch out. But
yeah.
one person doing it, nah, it's fucking
Yeah.
trying to kill yourself.
To be honest, I think night to night.
Anthony, hopefully we can start seeing that shit soon. Actually, like the next Fantastic Four, like I think Fantastic Four is gonna answer a lot of questions.
Yeah.
To Quan, the both times I did it, it was night to night. Because the first time I did it, I literally came home from work, started streaming, did the 24 hours, got off it.
You're crazy. After
Jesus.
work, I can't do that shit. 24 hours after.
Yeah.
It depends, right? So, like, I think if you're legit gonna make that happen, I think having a plan is a good idea.
No.
Yeah, you know what my plan was? Leroy Jenkins.
He just jumped into it.
Yeah, just
And
Yeah,
welcome to the very first
that
my,
shit
24
my plan
hours.
was at the end of it, I'm giving away an Xbox. The motherfucker from Spain, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yo, I swear to God, I would never give shit away, or if I did, I'm not promoting it. Whoever the fuck is here is getting it.
Somebody got it who wasn't
It
really
cost me more to send it to the motherfucker than it was for the Xbox.
really.
Yeah, and then he asked for more money because Customs wanted to charge shit. I said, nah. I told him straight, I was like, yo, listen, if you can't afford to take it from Customs, send that shit back to me.
Whoa, I didn't
He
even
fi-
know it was
He
this.
figured it out, yeah. He figured it out. That motherfucker.
Nah, it's a pain to fucking
Yeah.
send systems over.
Sons of bitches.
Jeez. But yeah, we need to plan though. Fuck out of that.
Oh,
Yeah, like you wouldn't need like who's jumping in at one time.
Yeah.
topics.
Well, what helped
Some
me out the
order,
first?
some
Yeah.
order would help.
What
Yeah.
helped me out the
Because
first
you don't
time
drink
was
coffee
nah. What
or
helped me out the
energy
first time
drinks.
was we was playing basketball. So I was on for like 4 or 5 hours with Brazy. Then show came on for like a good 12 hours, and Cruz would come on, and Joe P would come on, and there's just people that came on, and then I'll play games with them, and we'll talk, and then at
Mr.
one point,
Dubai.
at one point, I was literally like, y'all motherfuckers don't know good music. And I just started playing music, and people came in and was like, you listen to Japanese music? I said, well, if you give me a song, I will. And we started listening to K-pop. One dude bring some Brazilian song where he was talking about a garage, but that was a metaphor for fucking his neighbor's wife. And I'm like, how does this work? And yo, dude,
Kind
it
of
got,
like the Macarena.
yeah. And yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was like 8 p.m. made 24 hours at 7:59. All right, everybody, I'm out. And I ended the street just like,
Just yeah.
there was no bullshit.
Red
no
Bull and
bullshit.
Red Bull and vodka sounds good. Nice for real.
Yeah.
That is something I could get up onto. Like was it the Macarena? You know, the Macarena is a horrible message. It's like a horrible song.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I was
horrible. Do you know what it is?
2 days ago, years old, when I found out that Who Let the Dogs Out is about ugly women.
Yeah,
Oh,
I knew that one too. And I think
didn't
I
know
saw it. I think I saw it as part of the same thing. So the Macarena is about some lady that her husband leaves the house and she cheats on him.
Oh wow.
That's what the Macarena is about. That
Yeah,
nice ass song where people were like just dancing to all over the 90s. It's about cheating.
But you remember that all the little kids with their newborn.
Well, that's
that
the
was
worst
that
part
was
of all of
horrible.
them.
Run,
Yeah.
run into my
That was
bullet. Yeah.
The horrible part about that song is that it's so catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you hear the message, it's like, oh,
What was the other
you
one? It was
shouldn't
like
be.
it was like Krill's favorite song, but it was about stabbing somebody.
I feel like I want to be inside you. The sound of violence.
Yeah. That was about killing somebody.
It's about literally stabbing someone.
Yeah.
The fact that it sounded violent should have told you something's wrong with this song.
But
yo, that song was dope though.
But the thing is, you hear the song and you're like, nah, there's no way that.
Yeah. Because you get your own meaning. I always thought I feel like I want to be inside you was for sex.
That's what you would think. But then you call it a sound of violence, and then you start thinking about being inside someone and sex, and then violence. You're like,
yeah, that's true.
It's going down an alley.
See,
yeah.
Then Toad looks at me weird because most of the rock music I listen to is inner reflections about dealing with your own depression and your demons and battling back and.
Yeah.
that painting I did in 6th grade.
Which I mean, apropos, which is that rock, right? Rock and metal is essentially that. I cannot blame this on my father. You know what I'm saying? Like this, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Was that
That's
Nickelback?
true.
Maybe?
No,
No, that was
like Puddle of Mud or something.
Yeah.
It's been a while. No, that's not the same people.
It all sounds the same.
Yeah.
Stained.
Yeah.
Stained.
Yo, all right. So before we get into the night, the title does say, "What is Ray into?" Ray, we don't know this. Who is your favorite comic book characters? I feel like Doc Ock is coming out.
No. For the longest, it was Spider-Man. I did when I was younger. Was big into collecting.
It's okay to be basic here.
It was very.
It's hard not to be basic when you talk about favorite superheroes.
Yeah, for comic book wise, it was definitely Spider-Man for the longest. Getting a little older, getting to see a little more of the comics, definitely movies, influenced me more into wanting to get into the other stuff. So that's when more into Iron Man, getting into everything else. But growing up, it was Spider-Man and X-Men. They're my big two.
You had a favorite X-Men? Wolverine.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
it was Wolverine.
Just don't say Cyclops.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to say Cyclops here.
I honestly believe that Ray's favorite character is Doc Ock. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Why?
Why Doc Ock? though?
Tell me, yo, with the curls in the front of his head, that little bang, like the side part bang, that's a Doc Ock.
You do all right,
Oh.
right? And please do not get offended.
All good, all good.
That tint of blonde definitely has like evil origin, like it started.
Ray,
That's the tint of blonde you do before you like do something bad at school.
Right. Have you
Yeah.
ever held the power of the sun in the palm of your hand?
Yeah, that's what got him blonde. That's what made him blonde.
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
And then
Taekwondo, you do not love Cyclops. Shut up.
Yo, Cyclops was my dude.
You know what? Now, it's only Led I hate Cyclops.
Yeah.
uh,
I
It's
feel
funny
like
because
Lay hates everyone.
No, it's just Cyclops.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
Yo,
like, Led
to
doesn't
be
want to
fair.
admit it, but like Cyclops is he's a good leader. He's not the word, like he's a decent leader.
Yes.
Your leader kind of has to be a Boy Scout.
Yes, but here's the difference though. Compared to Cap, he's boring as shit.
Yeah,
And his optical blasts that come from another realm just push people. They're not lasers. Like it's just I'm pushing you back. Like,
it's inertia.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. like it's
My
not
man,
even cool.
He blasted inertia. That's funny.
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that. Yo, Cyclops sucks.
But he was jacked though.
He was jacked, and
He was.
and he was good looking. He had great hair.
And he's obsessed with Jean Grey.
So was Wolverine.
So it's Wolverine. Yeah.
But Wolverine just couldn't remember why.
Did Wolverine have great hair? Is that great hair? Do we consider the Equin Suorcha? Is that
you
great
said
hair?
Great. I thought you said gray. I was like,
No, great. Cyclops
okay.
had great hair. He had
No.
good hair.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say Wolverine didn't have great hair.
He didn't, right?
I just think he had lazy fucking artists who were like, well, let me just put it the same way as the mask, so I don't have to change it.
So
not
that
to
way you don't
animate
get
that much.
confused who he is without the mask.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Wayne if
don't
he
think
had
it
the
was- I
It's
don't
a
think it was
silhouette.
great.
That's what it is.
I don't think it was great either. I was more into the sideburns than I was the actual hair.
Yeah. All right, so
It's the same
Ray,
thing
who's
like Guile. Guile doesn't have great hair. That's just stupid.
no, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the artistry. Yeah.
That would never fly in the military. His fucking flat.
It wouldn't fly in the military. It wouldn't. But I mean,
Correct
it's
me if
not
I'm
bad.
wrong.
It's not
Guile.
bad. It's not bad. Like you
Is
gotta give
Guile
him.
Air Force?
He's Air
I think
Force.
so.
Yeah.
You
No
gotta give him.
wonder.
You gotta give him props. You gotta give him props for being a white man, being able to pull off that kind of flat top. There's not many white brothers out there pulling off like that's the whitest flat top I've ever seen in my life.
That's
Yeah.
It's not an afro. It's
They
a
should have
flat
gave that
top.
shit to Van Damme
Yo,
though.
flat tops. Oh, you don't think flat tops? You can't have just good like Jonathan Taylor Thomas cannot get a flat top.
Dude, you
That
don't
makes
remember,
more sense with what the
Didn't
Wait,
play
you
had a
don't
flat
remember
top.
his
Yeah, but,
opening
and
thing?
he was half black.
He
Exactly.
had the comb and with the hair gel.
Who?
Guile. Every time he said the
it's
thing,
still
he'd comb it.
but it still stood like sturdy.
It's because he had
sturdy.
product and moose and shit.
It was still
It
sturdy.
protected him from the rain.
It was still sturdy. So I'm just saying, like, it's hard for a white man to pull off a flat top that looked that good. I'm giving him some props.
He had that pernil grease in it.
It was
Yeah.
something like
Nah, he's in the chair force. I'm not giving him credit for shit.
Now that's different because I know you military branches like At least he wasn't a puddle pirate.
You know why?
Sorry.
He wasn't
At least he
Puddle
wasn't
pirate.
a puddle pirate.
I did. Fucking.
Coast Guard.
I was
That's a
gonna call them
joke.
crossing guards.
That's a joke. I've never heard someone say that about the Coast Guard. It was a joke. I respect the
Yo,
vets out here.
Yeah.
before you get out of the department, they're not even Department of Defense, the Department of Transportation. So
Oh my god. Yo, military man, he could say that. The way Taekwon could say all that stuff about black folk, he could say stuff about the
Well,
military.
we don't know if Taquan's really a black guy or a white woman.
We're
just
gonna need
think of
another
it.
video, Ty. We're gonna need another video.
Shadaloo and M. Bison are waging war and doing all this other shit. And what's the military man doing? He's got time to go fight in a fucking tournament. Only in the Air Force.
It's to get to Bison, though. It's to get to him.
And it's funny how he was the Air Force, but in the movie they all took boats
Yep.
and sailed upriver.
I mean,
Hey, yo,
he was just
man,
general
he has
military.
an American flag tattooed on him with a Brussels accent.
Yep.
Hold on.
We don't
I gotta-
question.
I gotta
we don't question the
defend.
movie.
I gotta defend Cocaine Van Damme here.
No, I love him, but I'm just
What's
saying.
more American
Than an accent?
than a foreigner who came here and now loves this country so much he was willing to tattoo it and go defend it?
Not for Guile. For anybody else, sure. Just not for Guile.
I mean, unless Arnold Schwarzenegger played Guile.
Which, I mean, is it that off?
Yeah, right.
Is it that off? I mean, you got you got fucking this guy.
Yeah. So,
Van Damme.
You know who should play Guile if they ever do like a legit take on the movie?
Maurice Chestnut.
Henry Cavill.
Now that's a Guile.
At this point, we're just gonna put Henry Cavill and everything.
Henry Cavill and Ryan Gosling need to do a movie together. Get it done, Cavs.
Where they're just every superhero all at once.
Yeah.
Yo, I think that'll be a Cabs only episode is when we review that movie. It's gonna be him. for
Just
3.5
let me talk.
hours.
Just let me the whole time.
What would you think of Henry Cavill as Magneto?
Too similar to Fassbender.
I think I'd rather have Ryan Gosling as Magneto.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling is very toxic in his movies.
No,
Yeah.
no, you know who we need? Because Magneto is from World War II era and all that. We need somebody to represent Ben Stiller.
Jeez. So my
Meet
next
the
question for
Fockers
Ray.
to-
It's kinda
to-
old.
Yeah, who's your favorite bad guy in the comics? Like mine would be Kingpin, Cap would be Doom, Kaz would be who's your favorite?
I mean, I hate to fucking just be basic, but I mean, Joker gotta be up there.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Two-Face as well.
Yeah.
I had a flipping coin era.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
flipping coin
Yeah.
era for sure. I gotta think about that.
I'm thinking about it now because it's like
I gotta think about that.
It's funny how you could relate more to a bad guy when you know his origins than you could a good guy.
yeah.
Well, a lot of bad guy origins comes from struggle and pain and hurt, which is something motherfuckers from New York City know all about. You know what I'm saying? So I read a meme one time that said, you know, it said New York dudes was dead ass walking to school with a coffee and a donut. We was destined to be stressed.
Yo,
Yo, we was like, yo, son, we was like in high school. We was like 13, 14, just sipping coffee, smoking cigarettes, eating bear claws, just mad stressed out. That's what that meme sent me, bro.
Yeah.
That's just so true.
You know you're a professional when you drink the coffee like this.
Facts.
You hold the cup like this.
Facts.
You don't even hold it by the side. You just do like this shit.
Facts.
the more I look at it, I don't want to be. I guess Joker.
Yeah.
Because I'm legit looking at my collection too. Because I'm like, who have I like always resonated with? It was always Joker. So yeah.
Don't worry.
Bane.
These are always basic answers. Don't worry about it. Unless you're Cap. Cap is gonna tell you something from some obscure comic from 1963.
Yo, but not for nothing though. If you actually get into the origin of Doom, he is a fucking dope character.
No. That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
And a lot of these origins for the bad guys are deeper than the ones for the good guys.
The ones for the good guys are always a stupid mistake.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a stupid mistake.
You know
they
what
stumbled
it is?
onto something.
It's because in order for somebody to have a circumstance put on them and then rise to the occasion, the circumstance has to be met with an opportunity.
Facts. Yes, great point.
But in order for the villain to come out, that opportunity has to be met with an obstacle. So when Dr. Doom has his shit, oh, Reed is smarter, this is happening, he lost this. He had the world in his eyes, the world was against him. So he needed to do something to strike out. Whereas Reed Richards, nobody's against Reed.
Yeah.
The easiest thing for Reed to do was, well, I'm already trying to do good for humanity, so I can use these powers for good. Superman, I'm already stronger than everybody else. There's no adversity,
Yep.
and my parents raised me to be good.
Yep.
But Lex Luthor, everything, even though he built his own empire up, he ran into the man of tomorrow, the man who can't be stopped. And now, no matter how smart he is, there's nothing he can do to fuck this guy up. So how do you fuck up this guy? You gotta fuck up everybody around him. Bad guy.
Gotcha.
Venom, Eddie Brock. Same situation as Spider-Man, but he had the shit end of the stick where Spider-Man didn't. So he turned.
I'm also a big Omega Red fan.
Ah,
Not one of the biggest villains out there,
Yeah.
but I think I've spoken about Omega Red before, and I forgot who was it
Yeah.
that said it. I think it was Anthony that said an Omega Red movie would be kind of lit.
yeah, it would be.
That was when Le and Cap left us here alone, and we was handling questions nasty.
Yeah.
We
Word.
did great that day. We did really
Word.
good that day.
I'm pretty sure I was
Word.
working a double that day.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
gonna double that day. And Le, I forgot what Le was doing, but they left us here, bro. They left the kids alone, bro. We handled it.
Yo,
Yeah.
how come when you guys are alone, you handle questions nicely, but when you leave me and Toe alone, we out here fist fighting each other?
You guys are brothers. That's why.
I'm
Duh.
just here in the middle, just like.
Ray,
you, guys
Ray,
are, you guys are brothers.
Ray's a commentator. He's not a ref.
Yeah.
You guys are
I'm just
fucking
like,
brothers.
I
Like,
wasn't trained to break this up right now.
that's brother shit.
Oh shit! Any more questions? Tom?
We're getting into war talk.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
on that note,
Well,
Yeah.
that's the one thing about the X-Men, that they represented a lot of races. They represented a lot of races and the
Yes.
fucking issues with racism. Not
You
only
should-
just black and white, but also with the Jews and commies.
you should watch the episode that we did with the writers and the writers of X-Men, the show. They spoke about that shit a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, they spoke about like race and that was
Yeah.
one of the best episodes we've done. That episode was so fun.
Yo, yeah, that episode is like Full Metal Jacket. And for those who don't know, I don't know how it is in the civilian world, but in the military, after the boot camp scene,
Yeah.
they turn the movie off for us.
Yeah.
The credits roll up and we go home.
As soon as they leave, you can cut the shit off.
As soon as they leave, you can turn it off. Otherwise, you're gonna watch like another hour and a half of us just gushing.
Geeking out. I think that's good stuff though. But yeah, yo, son, the minute they left, we're just geeking out. It was like I'm talking about 5 seconds after they left, and I'm like, like I'm just
If we were all in the same room,
yeah.
that video would have been an hour and a half of us just high-fiving each other.
Yeah, hugging and shit. Yeah. And they talk about that a lot, you know, the racial impact and everything that went into, you know, carefully crafting these characters to jump on the screen. Because obviously someone had already written X-Men, but to put that on the screen, which to be honest, like you could write a comic book about this, but to put it on a screen, you know,
a kids cartoon.
Try to get that shit
reaching millions.
Try to get that shit vindicated and shit. Like that's tough for them to do, and they knocked it out of the park. And I asked them about that. One of the main things I asked, like, how'd you guys like do that? It's a good episode. You check that shit out.
Yeah,
you gotta find it, but it's a good episode.
Yeah, for real. But on that note,
my last question for you, Ray, is:
Okay.
do you like your grits creamy, regular, or al dente?
And on that note, because that's how you start a
you
war.
ate grits before.
Grits
I have,
can
but
never.
that's how you start a war.
Grits shouldn't be al dente, ever.
We in New York. We ain't in the South. We make them out of the fuck we want.
Listen, you know where that?
No, even in New York,
I'm fine with creamy grits.
pasta can be al dente. Grits can't be al dente because
five-
you will break your teeth.
Yo, 5 points if you could tell me what movie is that from. Damn, it's taking y'all too long.
I don't know. Yeah.
I just thought that was a general.
Jesus, my cousin Vinny.
Here's another clue. Do the laws of physics cease to exist
Well,
on your stove?
Damn, that's my favorite movie too. Why
I
the
know
fuck
this.
did I
I'm just
not-
gonna fucking. I know it. I'm just.
Joe just
not
gave it
gonna be
away
able to-
too. You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't hear? Dead on balls, accurate.
Yeah.
I'm
Mud
lost.
in the tire, and she's an expert. She ain't never heard of no mud in the tire. Let's say
Okay.
you're a little deer.
Okay. You see, that's what I'm saying. I know the movie.
Yeah.
That
Yo,
is my-
not for
I'm
nothing.
mad that That's my favorite movie.
Not for nothing. I don't remember names. I don't remember a lot of shit.
What is it?
But my movies, I can almost say them shits word for word.
What is a Ute?
A what?
Two youths.
A you.
And
Two
for
youths.
anybody listening to the podcast later on, we're talking about my cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, but
That's what I'm saying. One of my favorites, but it's just I just
Yeah.
didn't remember
That
that.
movie
My
legit
shit-
made me
my
want to be
shit
a
was-
lawyer too.
my shit was always Mrs. Riley and only
And,
Mrs. Riley. How many fingers am I holding up now? And everybody just did the like, what is she gonna say?
I heard, I
Oh.
think we spoke about this before. I heard that like in like when you go to law school, it's like they show that movie to you.
no, yeah, that's
Like,
one
it's
of the. I
it's
get
like-
that.
It's like one of the things. They're like, yo, no, this is actually like the closest depiction to a court office that you will see. I'm pretty sure we spoke about that.
Yeah.
Legit, when I did my first law and society class, film study, that movie.
Shit. Fucking
Legit.
Oh, Ray's a
excellent
lawyer.
movie.
Look at that.
He's a lot of things. This is why I was trying to get to know what Ray was into.
Cheese grits are really good.
Look at that. No self-respected Southerner puts cheese on their grit. I don't know.
I'm not a Southerner, that's why.
Wait,
Cheese
come on.
grit.
Are you not in Florida? Is that
I've-
not in the South?
I mean, I'm not from here.
Yo, but not for nothing. If we were living in Jersey, we're not Jerseyans.
Yeah, no.
York.
You're just from New York looking for better rent.
Yeah, it's the word. A more
Yeah.
Facts.
livable wage. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, before we start a fucking coastal war,
Yo, facts.
friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out.
Fuck Jersey.
Peace, everybody.
I can't say nothing about that.